Yeah, what's going on? Welcome back, everybody, to Just Visiting. My name's Eric, also known as Matt today, and we got Jonathan Jacob Jingley Smith over here on the other side. I didn't see your nickname pick today. I like it.
Yeah.
Um, I thought I'd go with Matt. I liked the double names. I don't even remember what episode that's from, but anyways, how are you doing today, man?
I'm good, man. How are you?
I'm good. Just fighting a cough that I've had for a while. My wife's cough is worse than mine. Like she's like got mucus and all different kinds of stuff coming out of her body. It's gross.
Oh
But I love her. I love her. So
gosh.
um, I'm always there to wipe her nose. Anyways, but what's been going on? How was your Valentine's Day?
Oh, it was nice. It was quiet. Me and the wife agreed that we are going to do the whole big Valentine's Day thing because everyone's doing that. So I think
Hmm.
what we're going to try to do going forward is like the day after Valentine's Day would probably be more like our Valentine's Day, just so because I mean
Mm,
in Atlanta everything's booked up. You can't go anywhere and do anything anyway. So
months in
uh,
advance, right?
yeah, yeah. Typically
Mm,
speaking.
mm,
So I was like, I think the better idea would just be to do it the day after if we're gonna do anything. But we did like we just spent some time together last night and it was fun.
hmm I was door dashing yesterday, and I went to Payway. And I didn't think that usually I'm having to wait. There's like two or three people maybe waiting for their food. And yesterday there was like 10 people waiting, and I was like, "Why is it so busy?" And the lady was like, "It's Valentine's Day," and I was like, "People go to Payway for Valentine's Day though? Like that's
What's
that,
Payway?
it's have you heard? It's Chinese food, or Asian. I guess it's Asian cuisine. It's like they cook out of woks. Um, it's have you heard of PF Chang's?
PF Chang's. Yes.
So it is owned by the people who own that, but it's like their casual restaurant. So it's not as high tier, but it's a chain. It's a chain restaurant. I like it, but my wife doesn't like it. My sister doesn't like it. Nobody likes Asian food except for me. So it's very annoying. They got good cuisine though. Do you like Asian food?
Occasionally, it's a order by taste. You know, like if I have a taste
Hmm.
for it, then I'll order it.
Yeah, I mean I'm always down for some egg rolls. I'm an egg roll kind of guy. Like I love egg rolls.
I don't know. It's very rare that I get a good egg roll. Like it's usually two things are missing. One,
Hmm.
there's not enough meat, or two, it's way
Mm.
too small. Like
Mm.
it's like a pocket, a little pocket egg
Hmm.
roll.
Yeah, well, they have like what I've seen it. I mean, this is probably not accurate because I've seen it at buffets, but they usually have like spring rolls, which are like vegetable based, and they're really small. They're like that, like long, and they're like that big around. But then they have like egg rolls that are like they have meat and vegetables in it, and
Yeah,
they're
pork.
like, yeah, they're really big usually. So I kind of like the egg rolls, but I like spring rolls too. It's whatever.
Yeah, I don't know why anyone would want a spring roll, but I guess some of us are still under the misconception that we're vegetarians.
Come on, it's good for you, man. Just any
We're
way you can get
omnivores.
those.
Look. Scientifically speaking, humans are omnivores. We're not vegetarians. That's a specific class of
It's true.
animals.
It's
Giraffes are
true.
vegetarians.
Yeah, I've
Humans
seen
are not. We are omnivores.
I've seen a lot of benefits to meat eating lately, like in the news. Like a lot of
Hmm.
people, because I've been researching diets for my wife and I, which we decided we're just not going to do a diet. We're just going to like figure out what we need to cut back. Um, but I was looking at restrictive ones because in my mind, restrictive for me is easier because I'm fine just being like I can only eat these things and that's it. Like that's the easiest way for me to diet. Um, and I was looking into the carnivore diet just out of curiosity. And have you heard of that one?
Yeah. I was literally just googling it as you were talking.
Yeah, it's where you only eat meat
Eat
and
meat.
water,
Yeah.
like meat and water, and that's it. But there's been a lot of people who like have gotten great benefits from it, and I'm just like, that's crazy. That I mean, there's different rules to it. Like, you can't just eat like fatty meat all the time. Like,
Yeah.
um, you need to have like organ meats. You need to have all these different kinds of stuff.
Yeah, and also
Eat
you gotta be
organic.
careful what kind of meat you get. It's not like
Yeah.
it's not saying go to McDonald's every day and just order a
No,
burger.
no.
Yeah,
They're like you need to eat high quality steaks and you need to eat like high quality
yeah,
lamb. that type of thing. But I find it really interesting, and I'm just like, I've heard lots of pros from that side of the, I've only ever heard, vegetables are good, vegetables are good, vegetables are good. So it's weird to like see people who are like, well, meat has a lot of, like one thing is they seem to feel like they have more energy throughout the day. They feel fuller often, like for longer periods of time, so they don't have to eat as much. Then also a lot of their stuff clears up. But it was like I was researching it. I guess it was originally the diet was for people who have autoimmune disorders,
Hmm.
and I was like, oh, okay, that's interesting. So I hadn't saw that before. But anyways, that's not what we're here to talk about today. But yeah, so keep me and my wife in your thoughts because we're trying to figure out how we want to approach this. Um, but it's been fun. We had a good Valentine's Day. Since I asked you about yours, we kind of didn't really do anything. We just like, I mean, I worked because this weekend we went to Oklahoma City for her birthday,
Hmm.
and that was fun. We had a good time down there. Saw her brother, which was always awesome, and saw her mom, and we just kind of did stuff she wanted. Spent money at different stores that she likes to do. We shopped all day. I took her to a well, you know this, but I took her to a improv uh, Oklahoma improv show, so that was cool. And then what else did we do? Yeah, we got some fancy ice cream, and then we came home. And we got an Airbnb there too. Came home and then we were like exhausted, but we watched the Super Bowl, which we're going to talk about in a little bit. And then today we were just like, or Valentine's Day, I was just like, I just came home with Reese's and Canes. So I was just like, and she was more than happy with
Man,
that.
not,
She was more than happy.
not to sound gay, but why didn't we get married, man? That would have been the perfect Valentine's gift for me.
Reese-
Canes and Reese's, like, yeah, you got
I,
me.
I got her two decent sized bags of like I think I got Reese's dark chocolate ones, and then I got Reese's like the minis. I
Yeah,
brought those, and then I was like, here's Cane's, because Cane's was having like a buy one get one free box combo, and I was just like,
snap.
I know, I was
That's a
like, man,
steal.
it's save money too.
Smashed.
So
Yeah, my wife did give me. I gotta give her credit. She did give me some Reese's for.
mm,
I'm not
Valentine's
sure.
Day.
Yeah, she re-gifted me some stuff too as well. So that was
Mm.
that was nice.
Regifted? What do you
Yeah,
mean
like, so she,
regifted?
she get like she got some gifts from parents at the school she teaches. And so she
Mm.
was like, "Hey, I got some for Valentine's Day," and I was like, "You got it from a parent, didn't you?" She's like, "Yeah, but it's yours."
That's so funny. Well, I mean, hey, it's a thought that
It's a thought,
counts.
yeah, it's a thought that counts. She could have kept it for herself, but she gave it to me, so I am thankful.
That's hilarious. Well, anyways, fun talking about Thanksgiving, but we'll go ahead and get started.
You
Let's
know
talk
what?
about this.
Before we
Yeah.
get, someone needs to get on a candy diet. That's what someone needs to do. Someone needs to discover the richness of a candy diet, and
That
then
does
we can
not
really have a
sound like a good idea.
conversation.
That does not sound like a good idea. Of course, they said meat didn't sound like a good idea, and apparently so did
Exactly,
lots of people. So,
exactly. That's what I'm saying. You know,
but
we said when we were kids, we learned about the little food pyramid. It was like it's like a
mhm.
little, and then they told us when we got to college that that was all wrong and it was messed up, and they had to fix it.
That's true. That is true. I remember that.
It's
They
more
were
like
like,
I think it was like a pie or something like that.
yeah, yeah. It was. They were like, it's not really. It's not really like. Yeah, they said the pyramid is like the wrong way for your food groups and stuff, and I was
Yeah.
like, oh, which is really funny. Thanks a lot, Michelle Obama, with your. I was eating crappy lunches at school for years.
We eat
Um,
styrofoam and cardboard. Me and my friends, like we had like a really long discussion about whether or not the
mhm.
pizza at our high school was actually made was actually cardboard and like cheese sprinkled on top with like a little bit of marinara sauce because
That's.
it was really tough. Like when you it's just like
Mhm.
and it didn't taste like pizza. Like you know what
I
pizza tastes like.
actually, yeah. I mean, I would say the majority of the food that I had at my school wasn't bad. But then there was like, I mean, there were meals that were pretty horrible. Um, my wife she was like, I was kind of surprised he got reelected after Michelle like messed up, Michelle messed up the meals. I was like, that's really funny. Um, she said she was so upset about that in high school. I just find that funny, but anyways, let's go ahead and get started, because we got to talk about the Super Bowl, on Sunday, obviously, because that's when the Super Bowl's played. The my boy Matthew Stafford and the Rams came out on top to win one for Detroit. I mean, they won one for L.A. Sorry, they won one for Los
I know a lot of
Angeles.
people get a little confused though. That happens
They
often.
do, yeah.
You know,
It does. It does.
like when someone goes to Detroit, they're like, "Am I in Los Angeles?
Yeah, well, I
Did
mean,
I landed in the wrong place?"
I think they both have squatters' rights for free land, so I don't know.
Yeah, and I can
That's
see how you
crazy.
can get the tall steel trap buildings in concrete confused with the beauty of the Los Angeles Bay, and
That's
the
only
snow.
downtown.
The
That's
snow
only
you can get very
downtown.
confused with the
That's
beautiful
true.
sun
That's true.
of Los Angeles. I'm sure they got confused.
They both have lots of homeless people.
That's
That's all I'm
true.
saying.
That is true.
You know,
That is true. That's
and
true.
they
They
probably
both
both
have a lot
smell
of
like.
high crime as well.
Yeah, I think they both smell like outhouses too, to some extent. So it's crazy. I'm from Michigan, so I can say that, people.
It's a
Okay.
smell you get used to,
Um,
though. You know, it's a smell
it
you get
does.
comfortable with.
It does.
Familiar,
Yeah.
you know.
Anyways, they came out and they won. What was it? 23-20, I believe,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
23 to
yeah.
20.
That was
Um,
not my prediction was like 31-34. So
yeah, it was lower than I thought, but I mean, like I told you last night, I think people underestimated the Bengals defense because,
yeah,
like,
yeah,
the only reason I say that is because the finals, they're in the AFC, right?
yeah.
Yeah, the AFC finals. Like, everybody was surprised that they won that game.
Oh yeah.
But their defense is kind of what helped them in that game because they got the interception at the end, right? In
Hmm.
overtime. And so then this game it was very much the same. It was just like their defense really came out on top. And I did not think that Matthew Stafford was gonna. I honestly, like, when I saw how the third quarter was going, I was like, I don't see how he's gonna, like, pull this out because without OBJ, he was throwing passes and they kept getting knocked down or blocked, or, like, the coverage on their wide receivers was just insane.
Yeah,
So I didn't really
yeah,
see, and their running game was garbage, as everybody was talking about, because of how well their defense was. So
yeah. I mean, honestly, if you had told me that OBJ was going to go down in the first half, I probably would have lessened my score. I probably been like probably closer to
mm,
26 to
mm,
25, something like that. Um, but you can just see the effect he has on the field when he comes out the
yeah,
game and they can't move the ball at all. Like they just can't figure out who to throw it to because someone can catch, or they're not separating from
hmm,
their defender easily. Um,
yeah,
and then at the end they were just like, you know what, forget it. Let's just throw it to Cooper Cup. Let's just force feed him. He's
yeah.
gonna win this game for us.
Yeah, I think there also, I think both teams were playing such close defense, there had to be a lot of holding. I'd
Yeah,
imagine. You know what I mean? Because I mean, they
yeah,
called it there at the end, which I again, even though I was rooting for the Rams, I thought that was kind of weird because I was like, you guys haven't really made these calls all game, and you're
and
calling
now
them
at the
now.
end, yeah,
Yeah, but I mean, they were warranted. Like, obviously, if you watch, if the only one that I didn't think, I wasn't sure about was the first one, but after that, I mean,
the other ones were
yeah,
definitely like
yeah, Cooper
draped
Cup
all
kept.
over him.
I think Cooper Cup got like three, didn't he?
Yeah,
Like three flags that were, uh, not not for him, but for the person who was defending him. And I was just like, that was crazy that, and they made it really easy to get to the goal line.
yeah,
I was like,
yeah.
wow, the refs basically like just gave us that. But I mean, when you're watching, I mean, I guess that's where you're gonna see it though too, right? You're gonna see those when they're in the end zone. So I
Yeah,
don't know.
I was very confused though. I mean, just talking about last drive, I was very confused
Hmm.
because I was like, why aren't they running the ball? Like, you want to kill this clock? Like, why are you throwing
Yeah.
like you keep throwing and throwing and throwing, and you're giving the Bengals
Hmm.
a free timeout basically? Why don't you
Yeah.
run the ball and stop the clock, or at least like have them kneel it just to get the clock running because
It's
they haven't really used their
unconventional.
timeouts. Yeah.
Hmm.
And they get to the goal line and they get the flag. I'm like, okay, so now they're definitely going to run the ball because they haven't been able to run the ball all night. I get that, but like you want the clock to be running,
It's
and
way less
so
risky too than throwing it.
exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. And we've seen the late game heroics from Joe Burrow, so it's like he can do this. He can come
Hmm.
down and like score a field goal in a minute. So like you
Hmm.
don't want to give him that time if you don't have to. But they were like
Yeah.
insistent on we're going to throw this ball for a touchdown. And I was just like,
Yeah.
why though? Why? Like I don't understand. But I also didn't, and I was telling you this earlier. I didn't understand the Bengals. Like, okay, you get the first flag, and they throw it to Cooper Cup, and so you're like, okay, they have a play here. They're going to throw it to Cooper Cup, and so the second flag comes, and you're like, okay, for sure, this is going to Cooper Cup. No one else is hitting this ball
Hmm.
but Cooper Cup. and they still are like, we're just gonna man him up. We can guard him 1-on-1. It's like, why
Yeah.
though? You don't have to. Like, just put 4
Yeah.
guys on him and be like, someone's gonna beat me, but it's not gonna be Cooper Kupp. Like,
Yeah.
like you're gonna have to throw to T. Higgins or Van Jefferson, but Cooper Kupp is not beating me.
Yeah.
I didn't get that. That was weird to me.
Yeah, I mean that's a good point, especially after that first flag. You would think they would be like, okay,
double
like,
him up.
is,
Like,
yeah,
let's get 3 guys on him.
yeah, but it was weird. I mean, like when Stafford threw that that pass for the end zone, I was like, I at first wasn't sure if he was going to get it, but you called it. I mean, it was basically once we saw that it was right over the defender, we knew he was gonna catch that.
Singled up. I mean, he's statistically he was the best receiver in NFL history this season. So like I don't understand what you expected to happen.
Which,
like,
I'll be honest, like, I mean, I haven't watched a lot of football this year, but I never heard of him.
No,
like,
I'd
never heard of him.
He's been doing. I mean, the last he got drafted in 2017. In the last 2-3 years, you can see he was starting to make a climb to like he was slowly getting like really good, like scary good.
Yeah.
And then obviously with the addition of Matthew Stafford, he kind of just exploded this year because he already had the talent. He just needed a quarterback throwing the ball. I'm just so confused. It's like, to me, it's kind of like I don't want to be too blasphemous here, but it's kind of like singling up Steph Curry and like, no, we're just gonna guard him 1-on-1. It's like, but you know he can shoot this 3-ball. Like, why wouldn't you send 2 defenders and make him pass it to somebody else, somebody who can't shoot as well? Like, no, we got him.
Or maybe like guarding him for the drive instead of the 3-point play. Like, that might be a better analogy. Yeah.
I don't know. It was just confusing. It was confusing. As soon as he threw the ball, I knew it was a touchdown because I was like, it's 1-on-1 against Cooper Kupp. Like, he's gonna catch this ball.
Do you think the game would have been different if OBJ would have been in the whole? Like, do you think it would have been like a slaughter if OBJ would have been in the entire time? Because I'll be honest, like, they scored really fast.
Yeah.
Like the Rams scored incredibly fast. Like, I was getting stuff ready, like food ready, because my parents were over, and all of a sudden, like, my dad was like, touchdown, and I was like, what? I was like, the game like just started. Like, I was like, that's crazy.
Yeah, no, they were moving the ball really easily with him in the game.
Yeah, they were. So I wonder if it would have been. I mean, I told my dad, I was like, man, if it was that easy, like, I hope it's not like I kind of want to have a competitive game, for the Super Bowl. So I was like, I hope it, usually that's a bad sign, is all I'm trying to say. Like, if they score that easy at the beginning of the game, that's usually like someone obviously has at least a strong mental advantage over the other one. The other team doesn't believe they're supposed to be here, apparently. So
yeah, I don't know, man. I felt like the second half the Bengals tried to play it safe.
Yeah.
So because it wasn't like the Bengals couldn't score, it was just like it was a little bit harder for them to score. Because the first half they were kind of going back and forth with scoring. And then the second half I kind of just felt like the Bengals were like, hey, we got the lead, let's just keep it. Let's just keep the lead. Let's not like do anything overly dramatic to make sure that we don't lose this game. We don't want to lose the game for ourselves. So
yeah, that's fair.
I don't know. I would like to see more points for sure, but the defenses did play pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, the defense was entertaining. It was just very like on both, like, for the second and third quarter, it was very much like nobody's progressing at all.
Yeah.
Like nobody's progressing.
I mean, even that one play that they had coming out the quarter, coming out the half, where he just threw that bomb and he catches it and goes straight for a touchdown. That was like, it's such a penalty, and I was just like, I was kind of thinking like, okay, maybe they're just gonna let them play the game out, like if it's pushing and shoving, oh well, you just either you catch it or you don't catch it, that kind of game.
Yeah.
And then like you were talking about the last drive, they were just like, flag. Maybe they had a quota, and they were just like, we haven't reached our quota yet. Like, start throwing it. If you see anything, just throw it.
Yeah, I mean, I told you this, but other people don't know. My wife and I were talking. We were like, that seemed like an unusually short Super Bowl. Like, it seemed like it went by really fast. And I think my thought was they just didn't throw that many flags. There were no challenge flags. They didn't really use timeouts. They had like both teams like the Rams had 3, I think, and then
the Bengals had 1.
Bengals had 1 or 2. I thought they had 2.
I think they had 1. I think they used one on the third down play when he ran the ball. He got stuffed, and then that's when they used 1, and they also used 1 when the Rams were driving on the last drive. They used 1 then.
Oh, okay. I guess I meant before the last drive they had
Yeah,
two. So
yeah.
like the majority, what I mean is like the majority of that half,
They
nobody
didn't
used a
really,
timeout.
and there were no challenges either. That's usually what takes the
Yeah,
most time, is because there's like really close plays. That's why I was telling my wife, I was like, we really haven't seen like a Super Bowl play yet. You know, like that one play where it's like, that was
yeah.
amazing. I can't believe he caught
And
that,
like
or
it was so,
when
and
he get
so
away
it,
from those defenders, that kind of
yeah.
thing.
Or it was like a a confusing call, like
Yeah, really
like
close, something like that.
an
Yeah,
arguable call where it's like, oh man, I don't know, like I guess you could call it a touchdown, but then again, did he actually have control? Like we didn't
yeah,
really have any
yeah,
of those. Like most things were pretty clear cut. Yeah, I would agree.
yeah. But it
Um,
went by fast. I mean, it kind of felt like they were trying to hurry up and get us out the door. Like, shoot, 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 shoot.
yeah,
We got the Olympics
yeah,
coming on.
yeah. Because I think it was. I don't even know if it was 9 o'clock yet. By the
Yeah,
time the game was over, I was just like, wow, that was fast.
yeah,
Um,
yeah,
usually it goes to like 10 o'clock. You know what I mean? I would say usually the Super Bowl does.
yeah,
At
yeah,
least that's like including the ceremony. Like
yeah.
usually it goes about there. But yeah, it was surprising.
I was telling my
Um,
wife that she mentioned to me, she mentioned that fact to me. Like, she was like, this seems like it's going really fast, and I was like, yeah, but don't worry, the last 2 minutes is going to be like an hour. But even that went like super
it
fast.
wasn't, yeah.
Yeah,
Well, they did. Well, and I was surprised they really didn't use that many timeouts.
exactly.
I thought they were. I thought that last minute they would stall a lot, but they were just trying to move the ball, and I think a couple times they got on out of bounds, so it stopped the clock. But I was just a little shocked by that.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was a fun game though. It was definitely a fun game. Do you think Joe Burrows will be back anytime soon?
Ooh. Um. I don't see why not. I do think that he needs a much better offensive line, because like that's kind of really what stopped
Yeah,
them, is
yeah,
that
man.
he started getting sacked like left and right. Everyone
Yeah.
was coming from him from different directions. I mean, 7 sacks in the
Mhm.
Super Bowl, like, you can't expect to win that way. I don't know.
Mhm.
I don't know why. But I mean, the I will give the Rams credit. They had a lot of
Mhm.
talent on their defensive line. Like, I mean, Von Miller, Rashawn Robinson. They had Aaron Donald, obviously, and they were triple teaming Aaron Donald like every snap. They were triple teaming him, so he wouldn't do anything. But then I think the Rams just had a better defensive play call as far as like
Mhm.
how they're going to get him free to like get him one on one with somebody or something like that, or maybe just
Mhm.
a double team instead of a triple team, that kind of
Mhm.
stuff.
What do you think the Bengals could have done differently to win?
Um, the fourth down is kind of what confuses me.
Mhm.
Um, and I had said this. I wasn't upset about the run, because they had been running the ball really well.
Mhm.
I was kind of confused why they chose at that point to bring Samaje in, because Joe Mixon had been running all over them, and I
Mhm.
was like, just run it with him again. Like, do a stretch away from Aaron Donald. Do a stretch away from Aaron Donald. Like, run the ball that way instead of this
Mhm.
way where he is. If you know what side of the field he's on,
Mhm.
obviously don't run it at him, because you don't want to give him any chance to blow the play up. But
Yeah.
I wasn't mad about the run, but I was upset that when they decided to pass for the fourth down, I was like, you need to come out quick and like throw something like a dart, like as soon, like someone needs to just run
Mhm.
up, turn around, and just post up and just throw a dart
Mhm.
at him like really quick. But it was
Or
kind of like
like a screen or something like
yeah,
that.
something
Yeah.
something something quick where you can take advantage of
Mhm.
the defensive line not getting to you very
Mhm.
fast. But it was just
Yeah.
like he kind of like snapped it, held, and then when he felt the arm come around his waist, he was like, "Okay, now throw it." And I'm like, "It's too late now. It's too
Mhm.
late now." But you
Mhm.
would think they would have came up with a game plan where it's like, "Hey, as soon as this ball gets snapped, you're throwing it to him. He's going to be wide
Mhm.
open because we know the zone, we know the coverage, we know what they're going to play on this kind of situation.
Mhm.
So as soon as he's open, throw it straight to him. He's going to be open. We run a play that's specifically designed to get this guy open. He's going to be open right at the sticks. Throw it to him." But I
Yeah.
don't know.
Or I'm surprised they didn't do anything like the Rams threw out a lot of trick plays.
Yeah.
Surprisingly, like I was kind of surprised how many times they did they did a flea flicker one time, and then
Yeah.
they did there was
The
another
wide
one that they
receiver, the
did.
wide receiver pass. Cooper Cup can't throw the ball apparently.
Oh my gosh, they tried to throw it to Matthew Stafford, right? Isn't that what they
Yeah.
tried to do? Yeah,
He
I
tried
know
to do
that
the
was
Philly
such a
special.
horrible throw. I was
It
like,
was so wide.
yeah,
And the crazy thing was, he had time to like. It wasn't like he was being rushed. Like, he had time
yeah.
to throw the ball correctly.
Yeah,
But
Matthew was open too for a
yeah,
little bit, so like
yeah,
he could have taken a little bit more time. But yeah,
yeah,
that was funny. And then also, What'd you think about the 2 point conversion at the beginning of the game? Was that stupid, or do you think that was a good decision?
No, I
I
think
see what.
it was. I think it's just the snap was bad. Like he didn't hold it,
Mhm,
so I think he messed up
mhm.
on the snap, and he was just like, okay, throw it.
Well, because I see what they were trying to do. I was like, I guess if you're going to do a 2 point conversion, the best time to do it is at the beginning of the game
Yeah,
versus later. But I was just kind of, I thought it was a little odd that they were going for one, I guess. But I mean,
yeah.
it makes sense. I'm not a football
I,
analyst though.
I'm pretty sure it wasn't intentional. I'm pretty sure it wasn't intentional. It looked like the snapper just like like he usually like picks the ball up and puts it on his finger. It looked like
Mhm.
he missed it on his finger and then it just fell. So he was just like, okay, I got to do something with it because they're coming. So he was
Yeah.
like, I was just gonna throw it.
They're gonna be here any second. That's so funny. No, but I thought it was a good game overall. My dad
Halftime
was
show.
pretty.
Halftime show. Did you like the halftime show?
Oh, the halftime show. I didn't really get to watch it. My old. I was gonna say my old parents. My my just my parents didn't grow up with that type of music. They didn't grow up with rap. I mean that's just how it is. That's kind of like our generation and the generation before us had rap.
Yeah.
Um, but they were kind of like, this isn't really interesting. I didn't really get to watch it. I thought it was cool what they were trying to do. I thought the show was kind of predictable. That was my only thing. Like there wasn't any kind of you know how in the past certain Super Bowls have done like surprise cameos and somebody will come out
Yeah.
and it's like, what, they're here, and it just wasn't like that because you knew what was going to happen, and you knew like when I saw how many people were there, I was like, this isn't going to be like a concert where Dr. Dre is going to sing like 3 or 4 of his songs. Like he's going to sing his big hit, Snoop's going to sing his big hit, Mary J. Blige is going to sing her big hit. Like, and I knew Eminem was going to sing "Lose Yourself" from when I saw he got announced. I was like, what song is he going to sing? And I was like, oh, he'll sing "Lose Yourself" easily. Like that's his song. That's what people know him for. So I was like, it was all right. I loved the shot of Dr. Dre with the white piano and everything. Like that was pretty dope, I gotta say. I liked that shot a lot, and where he's like, I've seen pictures of it online where he's behind like basically the studio, and I was just like, that's a dope shot. Like I don't know, I just thought that was really cool. Um, but besides that, it was okay. It was good.
Yeah.
I think it was just too predictable for me. Like if
Yeah.
somebody didn't know that they were all gonna be there, it probably would have been more mind blowing. But I mean, I'm not gonna say it was bad. It wasn't bad, and I know tons of people who were like, that was the best halftime show ever, because you didn't really think you'd see those guys up there again. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
No, yeah.
Because like you said, they opened the nursing home and let them all out. So it was
All
really
right, you
fun.
got 2 hours. Be back in 2 hours.
I was really expecting Martha Stewart to be up there with Snoop when he came out, but that would have made me laugh. But
I was a little underwhelmed. I don't know why I thought it would be better, but I
mhm,
just did. There wasn't much that I was like super. Now I'll agree with you. I didn't really grow up on that kind of music. My parents were very very religious, so like
mhm.
they're super Christians. We didn't even get to watch like Dragon Ball Z, Yu-Gi-Oh, none of that stuff because it had
Yeah.
demons in it. My mom was convinced. Um,
Pokemon. That was the
yeah.
one that my parents were like, "Don't you watch that show? It's demons." I was like,
Yeah.
"No, it's not." Like,
Uh,
anyways.
there were a lot of like shows that we would watch that were very like we had to like really convince her to let us. Like we were watching Wizards of Waverly Place one time, and she didn't like that because it had witches and spells, and we were like, no, 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 like you gotta understand who the good guys are. The good guys are the people who are fighting the witches and stuff like
Mhm.
that.
Mhm.
Um,
It's good versus evil, mom.
yeah.
It's good versus evil.
So I didn't really grow up on any kind of secular rap, but we did listen to a lot of Christian rap, obviously.
Mhm.
And then when I got into high school and college, I started listening to more like expanding my rap vocabulary. So I listened to a couple of the songs that were played. But I
Mhm.
don't know. I was hoping for a bigger spectacular kind of a show. I guess it's probably what I
Yeah.
was expecting. Um,
Yeah. I mean, I was just thinking about how much time they would have, how much time the halftime show usually is, and I was just like,
they
yeah,
don't
they're
have
just,
time for it.
yeah, it's just gonna be like one appearance after the other, kind of like it was. They
Yeah,
took forever to show Eminem though. I thought that was kind of crazy. Like I was like,
let him
I
go
was
last.
that was kind of weird. I mean, but I guess he is. I mean, wouldn't you say he's probably the biggest name?
Ew.
It's hard to say because I don't want to put him above Dr. Dre.
Or
But
Snoop. I think Snoop might actually be bigger than him. Um,
do you think so? I don't know because I feel like I'll say this: I feel like white people and black people know who Eminem is, and there's like white. So there's lots of white people who are like, "Who's Dr." Like my dad knew who Eminem was, but my dad was like, "I don't really know Dr. Dre." Like but also I mean Eminem's from Detroit. I don't know if Dre's from
he
Detroit,
hasn't
but
seen Straight Outta Compton. What's your dad doing with his time?
I
What
asked
is he
my
spending his time watching?
I asked my dad if he'd seen 8 Mile, and he was like, no, I've been to eight. He was like, I've been to 8 Mile. I was just.
Straight Outta 8 Mile, yes sir.
I was like, you have, and I just started laughing. I mean, it makes sense to me. He was like, yeah, I had some relatives that lived on 8 Mile, and I was like, what? It was so funny though.
Dang, your
But
dad didn't turn out to be a rap genius. That's crazy.
no, he
That's
didn't.
crazy how that works.
Yeah, but it's just funny. Anyways,
I actually had a question. You said your parents didn't grow up listening to rap. What did they think when you started listening to Lecrae and did you listen to Cross Movement? Did you listen
I
to any
didn't.
Cross Movement?
I don't think so. There may have been some artists from Cross Movement that I listened to. I'm trying to remember who was in that group, but no, I did not specifically listen to
Or I'm
Cross
guessing Toby
Movement.
Mac was like the earliest rap that you listened to then.
They had a DC Talk album.
Yeah.
They have the first DC Talk album on cassette, which that is mostly like 80s rap. Is
Yeah.
what it is. It's just Toby Mac rapping the whole time. We're gonna lose our audience because people will be like, I don't know who you're talking about. But anyways, their response was it was predictable. It was like, why are you listening to this? And they didn't listen to the lyrics even, so they really didn't know like what I was listening to. But they were just like, well, rap, it's been associated with bad things because there were times in the 90s where it was, you know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
So that's just kind of and my parents have always been kind of like passing through culture. They never like analyze culture of like what is actually happening. So they just kind of hear things and they're like, yeah, that sounds right. And it's like, they don't really do the research. They were more upset when I was influencing my sister. I play rap around her and stuff. And she was like, yeah, this is good. Like, but anyways, yeah. So they didn't really like it. No. What about your mom?
We actually didn't start listening to rap until somebody came to our church and like performed. I think that's when we really started getting into rap. Yeah, my brother Chris was first. He listened to a bunch of Cross Movement and he really loved Lecrae. And so he kind of got me into listening to rap. What was I about to say? But that's when my parents saw that there is a spiritual Christian benefit to listening to rap, and it could be something that's like good for kids. That's when they're like, yeah, you can go ahead. Like we don't mind as long as you stay away from the secular stuff, which we didn't really do.
That's funny. Yeah, I mean that makes sense. I mean I got to a certain age where my parents were like, he's just gonna listen to it, so they didn't really say anything after a while. Sometimes I would be listening to it in my room. They'd come and be like, what are you listening to? And I'm like, I'm listening to like Christian rap. Like it's not like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I mean, I mainly listened to Lecrae around that time. He was kind of like the guy that I knew. I think I listened to some Canon. Canon was around that time. Tadashi. I'm trying to think who else I may have listened to. But that was kind of high school. I listened to mostly Lecrae, and then Andy Mineo got bigger when I was in college, like my first year of college, and that's when I started listening to Andy Mineo. And then I got in. Then that's when 116 kind of started to become a big thing because you started seeing KB and all these other guys.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean that's kind of what I listened to. Toby Mac, KJ52.
KJ52, yeah.
Yeah, KJ52 was probably he may have been my first rap experience. Just because there was not, to be honest, when he was rapping, there was not a lot available at the time.
Yeah.
There was not a lot of Christian rap available. So I mean that's what you had. I mean, Toby Mac was he wasn't even rap in the early 2000s anymore. Like, he just wasn't. He was kind of a totally different thing.
It's more like pop, right? Like, more like pop thinker.
Yeah, if you listen to... if you listen to his Momentum and Diversity album, each song is like a different genre. So like he's got some that are kind of like rap. He's got some that are hip hop. He's got some that are reggae. He's got some, like it's very diverse album. Both of those albums are pretty crazy. Momentum felt like more rock than it did anything else. But yeah, I mean, so KJ52 was probably my earliest stuff, and then I found Lecrae, and that's when I liked Lecrae. I liked him way better. I mean, his beats were better, his lyrics were better. A KJ52 was good, but he was very niche. Like if you like, he puts like comedy in his rap, because that's just a part of his personality. So if you like that, then you'll like it. But if you don't, if you think it's cheesy or goofy, then you're not gonna like it. So there's still a few songs that I listen to. Like I listened to him this weekend on our way to Oklahoma City. And it was good.
Dang. I haven't listened to well, it was like there's one year where I had a coworker who huge Toby Mac fan. This is an older white guy, huge Toby Mac fan. He was asking me like, have I listened to any of Toby Mac's albums? And I was like, I don't think I've actually listened to like a whole album. He was like, I got a CD in my car. Let me give it to you. And I was like, oh, okay.
Dang.
I think it might have been Momentum. I think that was his favorite album from Toby. And he was telling me like how he doesn't feel like Toby was the same guy. We're getting on a tangent. Anyway, Super Bowl was great.
Man,
I loved it.
I could talk about Toby Mac all day because I used to be like he was my favorite artist for quite a few years.
Yeah.
And then I'd say around his Tonight album is where I started to drop off. I just didn't think Tonight was okay. He did Momentum, Diverse City, Portable Sounds, Tonight. Then he did Eye on It, and then he did the one that I showed you in college, where he was had Light Shine Bright on it and everything like that.
Yeah.
And you can kind of see where I dropped off because like from that point I don't really remember the names of his albums. he's made like 3 or 4 albums since then, and I can't tell you the names of them because I just haven't listened to him. I don't think he's kind of just gone with what everything else is going on. So in Christian music. But anyways, Super Bowl was great. What did you think of it? Were there any commercials that popped out to you?
Not really, but I did notice. I don't know why. This I noticed this, but I was like, it feels like every famous person was like, I want to get a TV spot on Super Bowl commercial. And it was like just so many famous people, and like some commercials had like 8 famous people just in the commercial, and I was like, what is happening?
There were like maybe 2 that I found funny. Like most of them I didn't find very funny. I actually liked the Alexa one with Scarlett Johansson. Did you see that one?
Yeah.
That one was funny, where it was like Alexa reads minds. I thought that was funny. There wasn't. I'm trying to think of another one that was like really funny. Guys, let us know what your favorite Super Bowl commercial is, by the way, because like there's probably some we're forgetting about. Also, let us know what you thought about the game. Seriously, we'd like to know your thoughts, or if you're happy with the outcome, unhappy with the outcome, and what you expect for next year. So, but anyways, back to Super Bowl commercials. I'm trying to think. Did you see
the Jim Carrey one? The Jim Carrey one was pretty funny. The cable guy.
Oh, the cable guy. I've never seen that movie.
No?
So I haven't. I know it's got Matthew Broderick in it, and I actually I like Matthew Broderick. Inspector Gadget.
That's crazy to me. Whenever I think about Matthew Broderick, the first thing I think about is man, wow! I just had the movie in my head.
Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
Yes, Ferris Bueller.
That's a great
movie. And then
movie.
You said Inspector Gadget, and I was just like, no, those are 2 different people, right? And my brain's like trying to combine them together.
Wait, you don't think about that movie? That movie he did with Denzel about the Civil War.
I gotta look at Matthew Broderick.
I was gonna make a joke that I thought you'd find funny, but I can't remember the name of them. I can't remember the name of the movie, so now it's just stupid.
Dude, I was a huge Inspector Gadget fan when I was a kid. Like I loved both movies.
Yeah, but the sequel was not as good as the original.
Oh yeah, obviously, but I loved it anyway.
Yeah, it was still good. I remember I wanted to be Inspector Gadget when that movie came out. Like I was like, I will be Inspector Gadget.
And I love the song Did Inspector Gadget.
Yeah, that was great. Did you ever watch the cartoon? Because that's based off of a cartoon.
No, I don't think I've ever seen the cartoon.
I've only seen like maybe 1 or 2 episodes, and it was all right. But the movie, it's a great movie concept in my opinion.
Yeah. Yeah.
I also liked it. I liked the Go-Go Gadget catchdown's. And
Yeah.
those McDonald's toys were amazing. I remember I had some of the McDonald's
I
toys,
had the McDonald's toys, yeah.
and I was like, "This is so dope." I can't remember what that movie's called with Denzel, Matthew Broderick, and Denzel.
Glory?
Glory. Yeah, that's. I think that was Denzel's first Academy Award because he has the scene where he's getting whipped. It's super emotional, and he's just like standing there like lifeless, and he's like got one tear that's like rolling down his eye, and he's just like crying, and it's just like, dang,
I'm
man.
sure I've used that meme before.
Yeah,
Not even knowing what it was from.
I watched Training Day a couple weeks ago, and I was just like, man, that's a good dude. You know that movie makes me wish I was black in some ways because he's just so cool. He's just ha 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 yeah. Anyways, I wish I could do a good impression of him, but I'll work on it. Anything else about the Super Bowl? Anything else that you can think of, or
No, man.
it was
It was pretty chill. It was pretty chill.
it was a good game. Before we continue, what's your predictions for next year? What teams do you
Oof.
think will be? It's this is always the worst time for predictions. It's right after
Well,
the
yeah,
Super
because I
Bowl
mean, you have a
because
whole off season to go through. You got draft picks to pick. You got free
Mhm,
agents to get signed. Like you have no idea where any of these guys are going to
mhm.
be. Next year it could all be completely different teams by next year.
Yeah.
Um, but and also retirements because Aaron Donald was talking about retiring, and I wouldn't be surprised if Matthew Stafford retired either. Go out on a
Mhm,
win. Um, but you got to think the Rams are the odds-on favorites if Matthew comes
mhm,
back. Obviously if because the defense wasn't just Aaron Donald. I mean, he's really good, but
mhm,
it wasn't just him. But I think Von Miller's
mhm,
probably going to retire, so they got to retool their defense. But they still
mhm,
should be the odds-on favorite because Cooper Cup is just
mhm,
he's amazing, and Matthew Stafford has proven he can handle the tough
mhm.
moments down the stretch.
Um, my wife just asked me. She said she wouldn't bother me normally, but she really needs help with something. So I'm gonna let you take over for just a second.
Go
But
for it.
if you can give them just kind of like your expectations for the season and maybe where you see the Rams going, maybe who you see winning the Super Bowl next year. That's a tough prediction, but just let me know for a second.
Oh man, this is what like I was saying beforehand. I I stand to change my mind after the off season and everything happens, just because and again you injuries can derail teams and like you can get injured in the off season obviously and that carry on to next season. Maybe you missed the whole season and you're their best player. So and also they need to I want to say they should be the favorites, but when I think about it now, like OBJ, he's obviously the knee injury. It sounds like it's going to be an ACL, and it's the same ACL he tore, when he was with the Browns, obviously. So that could be a huge impediment to them returning. Because I don't think you can just do what you did again. I think people are going to figure that out and kind of really key in on Cooper Cup. Next season, you got to think he's going to get for sure double team, and it may even be triple team just to make sure, he's not going to just wreck your game like he did this the Super Bowl. Um, but if I'm looking at it subjectively, I want to say my Panthers are going to be in the running next year, but they have quarterback issues that they have to figure out this offseason. Like you can't go next season with the same guys. I've been trying to give them the benefit of doubt, coordinator stuff. Um, they got everything okay?
Yeah, we're fine. She could not find her glasses anywhere, and I found them extremely quickly. It was kind of funny. But anyways, you were saying.
Yeah, I was saying that subjectively, I want to pick my Carolina Panthers, but we got too many quarterback issues right now.
Come on, man. They're not going to the Super Bowl for the next 5 years.
I don't know, 5 years. Okay, you calm down with that. Um, no, uh,
When it comes to football, I'm kind of a nihilist because
we
my
they
team
need
is
they need
horrible.
they need to they need to they need to figure out their quarterback issues. They need to figure out their
Mhm.
quarterback issues. Your team isn't horrible. You guys you just need to get a good quarterback. Honestly, I mean, last what 3, 4, 5 games, you guys were actually starting to win, starting to play really good football.
We were finally starting to. It just took a long time. We need a better offensive line. That's what we need. I mean,
Yeah.
if you watch any of the games, he just gets sacked constantly. I don't think Jared Goff is horrible. Which if you read any Detroit Lions thing, they're like, he's horrible, he's terrible, and I'm like, I don't think he's that bad. I don't think somebody said that. Somebody said that Jared Goff was a Hall of Famer. In the comments last. You're. That was everyone's reaction. Everybody was like, Jared Goff, a Hall of Famer? They're like, no, he's not a Hall of Famer. Everybody was roasting this man too. Because they were like, that's what happens when you trade Matthew Stafford for a Hall of Famer or something. And everybody was like, what? So no, I mean, I don't think he's that good. And I agree we could use a different quarterback, but
Oh, we lost Eric. I think what he was going to say was that they basically really need to get an offensive line because the offensive line is what really protects the quarterback. I think that's what. You good?
Yeah, sorry. I don't know what's going on. Thank you to the people who are hanging on with us right now. I apologize. No, Detroit always thinks the quarterback is their answer to everything, and it's not the answer to everything. That's just kind of their mentality. They're like, we need a new coach. We need a new quarterback. We need new, and it's like, no, you don't. Like, you need to be able to protect your quarterback. Then we can talk about whether because we have to give him a chance to even see if he's good. You know what I mean? Not everybody is good on their feet, and not everybody's good in the pocket either. So you have to allow them time to play. I think, and I think towards the end of the season, Jared Goff had some good games. Obviously, they wouldn't have won. But I think he's probably mediocre. He's okay, but I don't think he's the reason we're losing. He's just not the reason we're going to a Super Bowl.
Yeah. That's true. That's true. I mean, Jared Goff is a very good utility quarterback, but he has to be surrounded by like really, really amazing pieces. Obviously,
I agree.
I do think you guys need a superstar. You either it needs to be a receiver or a running back, but you need some sort of person that you can like really kind of just lean on to get the job done.
Yeah, maybe Calvin Johnson will come back.
No, he
won't. Why not? Why not? Come on, Calvin. You want some money? Here's some
Jared
money.
Goff actually got sacked 35 times this year.
I told you, bro. He got sacked a ton.
Tied for 13th in the league.
Bro, every game, I would see him get sacked multiple times. Like, I was just like, this poor man. Like, and whenever you'd see him throw the ball, it was in fear. Because he would like back up and then he would just and I was just like, what are you doing? Like he needs better protection. He just does. I mean, every Lions game that I watched this year, which I watched probably about 3 or 4, he was getting sacked multiple times. I mean, so that just tells me alone. And whenever he would throw the ball, he was very unsure of himself throwing it because he was about to get sacked. Now, I'm not saying that he should be able to throw the ball properly in those situations. He should be able to throw the ball properly. I mean, that's what you'd want out of your quarterback. But you're not allowing him to be able to play the game the way that he likes to play it when you're constantly, I think I have a feeling he's probably better in the pocket. And you're right. I think he probably needs some better receivers. We don't really have anybody who's outstanding that I know of.
Yeah.
So, but anyways, we'll see. So what was your prediction for the Super Bowl?
I don't know. I was originally saying the Rams, but now I'm like, they with the injury. Well, Robert Woods is coming back next season, so I'm going to stick with the Rams as the favorites to win currently. If that's a caveat, if Matthew Stafford does come back, there will be the odds-on favorite to win. Either them or I could go with the Packers, but that's again if Aaron Rodgers comes back.
Yeah, that's a good point. I mean, he won the MVP this year.
Yeah, I mean, who cares? I really,
I don't think he cares, bro.
I'll be honest.
I
really don't care about MVP awards for anything, like for basketball or for football. Like, it doesn't mean anything to me. Like I
think they mean more in college.
Yeah, exactly. I would say
way more.
I mean,
college.
You gotta think because you have like thousands of schools that have players that are all competing for this one prize.
The Heisman is a pretty big deal. So
yeah, that's a pretty big deal. But like, I don't care about an MVP because it's just a bunch of it's a bunch of news people who think they know better.
I would say I
And
care. I would say I care more about it for basketball than I do football.
yeah, but also it's like it's always one player. Like it's always like a
Hmm.
quarterback. It's almost
Yeah.
never got mixed up to like maybe I think Adrian Peterson might have won one year, but it's
Hmm.
almost always going to be a quarterback. And
That's that.
so
That might be why I like basketball a little bit more because you usually see, at least in history, you've seen a diverse group of people get it, diverse
yeah,
positions, anyways. You can be a center and you can get the MVP award. You can be, lately they've been going to shooting guards. I feel like,
yeah.
or point guards.
But
But
actually, the last one in the basketball was a center.
it was who got it? Was it
Yeah, it
Giannis?
was. Yeah, no, it was Jokic,
Oh, he did, didn't
Nikola
he?
Jokic.
Mm. The Joker,
Yeah,
as they call him. Well, I'm looking forward to the next NFL season. Hopefully, I will be able to watch it a little bit more. But it was a good year. I was glad. I was just happy Matthew Stafford won because I mean, if you have any people or friends who are Lions fans, you're gonna hear the same story from them. But I was happy that he won a Super Bowl. I thought it was good for him because one there was multiple years ago. I want to say like 7 or 8 years ago, he won the Most Improved Player of the Year award, and I remember his words were, "I hope I never get this trophy award again," which I thought was fair. So because he just really, he wants to win a Super Bowl, and I'm glad he was able to go and do that. It's fun to watch a player grow. So anyways, that was really the only reason I was happy for him, especially because when he was at Detroit, the fans always say the same thing when you're a quarterback at Detroit. Like if you don't take them to the playoffs within like your first 2 years, they're like, we got to get rid of him. We got to get rid of him, and it's just like that's really not enough time to. 2 years is not enough to change your franchise most of the
yeah,
time,
no,
in my
yeah,
opinion.
yeah.
Especially when you're as bad as the Lions.
Since 2000, there have only been four non-quarterback MVP winners since 2000.
Yeah,
Four, and they've
that
all
doesn't
been running
surprise
backs.
me.
All of them have been running backs. And so, and my question is like, if Cooper Cup, he literally has the statistically best wide receiver
Mhm.
season in NFL history, but he still does not win an MVP. Like,
Mhm.
I don't know what could you do to actually win an MVP as a non-quarterback anymore. Like, I don't know
Yeah.
what you could do. Like, he has the most yards in NFL history in a season. Like, I don't like what else could he have done to
I don't know, man.
or I mean, even Calvin Johnson has had seasons where he's put up insane numbers
Yeah.
and not even close to an MVP. Like that's
Yeah.
I don't care. I really don't care.
Yeah, and you could definitely argue that when he was playing for the Lions, he was arguably more valuable than the quarterback.
Oh, absolutely,
You know what I mean? Like
absolutely.
like like I mean, I'm not saying Matthew Stafford was bad, but he was immature in his growth,
Yeah,
and Calvin Johnson was just one of those guys that you could just lob the ball and he would
yeah.
he could jump and
Honestly,
catch it. So I mean,
I could have played quarterback for the Detroit Lions. Back then. Honestly, like you, it
yeah. I mean,
and
I'll be fair to Stafford. They worked well together. They
yeah.
did work well together. Like you could have a crappy quarterback who's just not working well with Calvin Johnson.
I
But
mean, Calvin Johnson has had that for many years before Stafford even got there. So
mhm,
and he still put up numbers. So like
mhm.
that's why I it's just it's ridiculous that we care about the MVP. That's all my only point. My only point is that it's ridiculous that we care about who
Do you
who
care
won
about the
MVP.
MVP from the Super Bowl more?
Yes, yes,
You
that
do.
means a lot more to me. I mean, I just think winning matters. Like Aaron Rodgers,
Hmm.
he's had a good season, yes, but like the very first round of the playoffs, the second round of the playoffs, he gets knocked out. Like he doesn't even score. I don't think they scored more than 10 points that game.
Yeah.
So how can you tell me he's better than Cooper Cup? Like I don't. How can you tell me he's more valuable
Yeah.
than Cooper Cup?
Okay. Yeah, I guess I see your argument then, because your argument for basketball is probably going to be the same, right?
Yeah.
Like if you don't take your team all the way to the finals, like why
Well,
are you
not
even?
even. I'll quantify that. You don't have to. I'm not saying you have to go to the Super Bowl. I'm just saying like, in order to make your like that most valuable player
Mhm.
significant, there has to be attached to it some level of winning and like going above what your like. If he had one of the best statistical seasons in NFL history as a quarterback, which I'm sure
Mhm.
he didn't have, but if he had one of those, then like I would be like, okay, I understand why he beat one over Cooper Cup or
Mhm.
some other running back who had an amazing season, but he didn't. So it's like I don't understand why should I care? Why should I care
Yeah.
that it's going to be another quarterback? Like next year, it's probably going to be Patrick Mahomes is going to win it again, and it's going to be like he just has another Patrick Mahomes-esque season, and that's enough to win him an MVP. But you're never going to give love to like a center who like that's what I love about basketball. At least is that any position could win. Like literally any position could win. There's no position that could not possibly win an MVP trophy. Now there's the typical people who are going to win it, but it could be literally any position. You could be a center, you could be a power forward, you could be a shooting guard, you could be a point guard, and you could be a small forward. You can still win the MVP. You have a chance at it, but like MVP, it's very mainstream. It's going to be a quarterback. And it's probably going to be the most popular quarterback of the time.
I mean, if you think about it in basketball, you have a lot less competition too, right? You're basically competing against, as far as like being a contender. I mean, you're basically fighting against 5 people on your team. That's like the starting 5. It's going to be one of those guys.
Yeah.
I've never seen it where it's. I mean, they have a 6 they have a 6 man of the year trophy for a reason. So it's always going to be one of your starting 5. And you really just have to beat out whoever's on your team, which, if you're playing to the best of your ability, that person's going to shine through pretty easily. And then most of the time, the people that they talk about all year long are these people contenders, it's usually, like you said, people you'll have a power forward up there. You'll have, like, I remember, like, Blake Griffin was in the conversation one time. Chris Paul's been in the conversation. You've had, Anthony Davis was in the conversation one year. LeBron's pretty much universally in the competition, which I think he thinks he should win it every year. But he probably does.
I should have 17. I should have 17 MVPs.
He probably does. Yeah, I could see that. That's just ridiculous. But
Joel Embiid's been in the conversation. It's but since we're transitioning to basketball, we can talk about the big news of James Harden getting traded to the Philadelphia 76ers. What did you think about that?
I was happy. He's just so much drama, man. He's more drama. He's more drama than Kyrie. And Kyrie's, in my opinion, he's not trying to start drama.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like he's at least I don't like. And I think Kevin Durant prefers Kyrie to. I think he respects Kyrie more than he respects James Harden, which is kind of funny in my mind because Kyrie's been. Well, I mean, Charles Barkley called him half a man. Because he only plays half the time. So I mean, that says something. When I think James Harden, ever since he left Oklahoma City, he got a big ego, and he just he is not fine being in the back seat. He's like, I was in the back seat, like I've had my time, and it's ridiculous.
Yeah, no, I think he's desperate for a championship for sure. I mean, it's the age is getting to him. The weight is getting to him. He's always been a kind of big guy, or especially after when he moved to Houston, he kind of really packed on the pounds, I think.
I mean, he seems, not to cut you off, but he honestly seems like one of those dudes who does not want to put in hard work to win a championship. He wants to take a really easy way. I don't know if you've noticed that, but he seems to be chasing a super team that can win a championship. That seems to be what he's doing. But instead of just being like, you know what, I'm with this team, I'm gonna work hard, I'm ride or die, at least for the next 3 years, and then and put the work in. He does not seem like that type of guy at all. He wasn't that guy in Houston either.
Yeah. Hold on, there's some news here. I'm trying to figure out what happened.
Oh, is it new news?
Yeah, I think so.
Breaking news.
We're gonna break it here. You heard it here first.
Breaking news. I got you guys. Ready? We got the banner at the bottom. Breaking news.
Oh, okay. Oh. It's not breaking news. Okay. It says Sixers released James Harden. And I was like, they released him? What? But it's actually saying Sixers released James Harden update. They're releasing an update about his current status. Okay.
Oh. Well, dang, man. Dang. Well,
so we just have normal news. He's not going to be playing for a while, is the normal news.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Really? See, that's not what Charles Barkley said. Charles Barkley was like, "Oh, he's gonna be fine. He's gonna get over it as soon as he got traded." That was his. That was his. That's what he said. He was like, "Oh, he gonna play. He gonna play. He gonna get a lot better once he left." I was like, "Dang, that's crazy."
Yeah,
Um,
I do agree with you though. I think he's been very, very high drama since he's left,
mhm.
and he hasn't really produced the kind of results that you would be like, I'm okay dealing with the drama because he at least has the results. He's a good regular season player for sure,
Yeah.
but in the playoff, he often kind of just
Mhm.
disappears, and you're like,
Yeah.
where's
Yeah.
James Harden at? We need James Harden. Can we get the James Harden who was like going
He's
35 points, 10 boards and like 12 assists? Where's that guy
again. What's sad is he still plays like a sixth man. Like
at?
he still produces like a sixth man,
Hmm.
but he wants to be a general, and it's
Yeah,
like
he
you're
wants
not.
to. Yeah,
You're not, bro. I'm sorry. Like, and it's kind of crazy. Like I see that in him a lot too, because like I just even when you go to a super team, you still have to. The hard work then comes from your ego, right? Like
yeah,
that's like
sacrificing.
yeah, like I would say it's a different kind of hard work. I personally appreciate because I don't have an ego, which that sounds egotistical, but but because I don't have one, I guess I probably view like actual hard work better than like sacrificial hard work, like in the sense of like I have to put my ego aside for the super team. I prefer people who are like I, it's not working out for him, but Damian Lillard, right? Like I'm not going to leave because I love this team and I want to build this team and be a championship. Like I respect that probably more than if he would leave to go to a super team.
Yeah,
But I mean super teams in and of themselves, like they have another thing to overcome, and that's their ego. That's like I have to lay this on the side because if I want to win a championship, I have to work with these other people who also want to score 20 points, 30 points a game. So I
yeah.
have to learn how to give and take with them. And so I think, that's something that James Harden's just not good at. I mean, honestly, I don't think he's good at that. Somebody
Well,
who's really good at that is Chris Paul.
yeah, yes, for sure. But what I was gonna say was, I think they said that he's saying James Harden is saying that Kyrie Irving was the reason why he decided he wanted to get out of the Nets because
Oh, that was obvious.
yeah, because Kyrie's obviously not playing every game, and
That was
he
obvious, yeah.
quote, this is what James Harden said, quote, I need to be around guys that I know want to win and are willing to do whatever it takes to win. So I'm guessing that's in regards to like him not getting
Yeah,
vaccinated to play every single game.
probably.
Yeah.
Probably.
Have you seen Kyrie's response? Kyrie said, because it
Mm-mm.
wasn't his response to James Harden, but it was his response to a reporter, where they basically were like asking why he hasn't, like, has he changed his mind about getting the shot yet, or if
Hmm.
he's planning to change his mind, or does he think like later on down the line he might go ahead and get the shot? And he basically was saying, well, my life is more than just basketball. Like this is
Oh,
not
yeah, I did see
all my
that.
life is about. My life is about
Hmm.
living
Hmm.
beyond this game. This is just a game
Hmm.
to me. Like I've already. I mean, he has the accolades and stuff like that. I mean, honestly, anything he does now is just kind of icing on his
Hmm.
cake. But
That's a good point too. He has already won it. Do you think it'd be different if he hadn't won a championship at this point
oh
in his
yeah,
career?
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that he would have gotten the shot, but I think he would maybe view it a little bit differently, maybe,
Yeah,
possibly.
that's a good point.
Um,
I could see that.
but I do think he wants to win. Like I'm not saying he doesn't want to win. I think he wants to win because I think he would like to win one without LeBron, just to
Hmm.
prove that like it wasn't just LeBron that made him win a championship, and it really wasn't.
Yeah.
Like if you
Yeah.
watch basketball, you know basketball, and you're not a LeBron James fan,
Hmm.
like you know that Kyrie was more. Kyrie was equal to LeBron of why they won that
Hmm.
championship.
And some people argue that he was more
Yeah,
important than LeBron because there were
yeah.
there were some clutch moments that he made in those
Uh,
series. But I mean, but to be honest, that's kind of the again, I don't if people can't tell, I don't like super teams. But again, that's a knock against super teams, right? Is like you start to question whether the championship is legitimate or not, or if you just relied on if it was something that you accomplished, or is it something that you kind of sacrificed,
mhm.
to accomplish, like sacrifice in the sense of like you sacrificed your ability to what I mean to produce because you were like, well, LeBron will take me there or Kevin Durant will take me there, so like I'll ride their coattails to it. You know what I mean? Like that's I mean I would personally, if I was an NBA player, I would probably have a hard time with that because I would start to wonder like, well, is what I'm doing actually like does it actually feel like I won a championship? That would be kind of hard. You know what I mean? Especially when for some teams it's so easy. You know what I mean?
It's kind of. We actually have a real life example of this though, right? Remember our intramural team that we won the championship, and we both were like, we didn't really feel like we won a championship. We kind of felt like we were just like along for the ride because we got a bunch of guys that weren't on our floor.
Yeah,
and we barely played.
We barely played at all.
Shouts out to our coach.
I do remember that. Yeah, they wanted to win a championship, and we got to play, but not that much. Not very much at all.
We were starters the year before and the year after.
Yeah, and we had more fun, and it was more enjoyable.
Yeah,
that way.
Yeah,
of course.
Oh man, that was a good season. I mean, it was just like me, you, Andrew. I think James played occasionally. Josh played occasionally.
That was fun.
On our team, did he? I think Josh played on our team. I thought he played for like the 6'4" or something like that.
I know. I thought he played.
Okay.
But I don't know. He was also practicing with the college basketball team for a while too. That 1 year. So I don't know. That's a good point. I hadn't thought about it that way. But I mean, it's just one of those things where intramurals is way different because there's no stakes. I remember playing intramurals and I was a lot more nonchalant playing intramurals than like there were some people who would go so hard and I'm like, bro, it's like they had to have been homeschooled because I was like, bro, you're not playing for anything. Like high school, you're playing. In my opinion, you are playing for something. Like you're playing to go to state. Hopefully, you're playing to go to the playoffs. But other people like when just playing casually, you don't even get anything if you win the championship. If you would have got something, that would have been fun. Anyways, but yeah, were there any other trades that I don't know about? You seem to be up to date on this stuff, so.
Nothing as big. The Lakers didn't do anything, so they're kind of still stuck with Westbrook and I'm trying to see if there's any names that you would know. Serge Ibaka is on he went to the Bucks. He's on the Bucks now.
Oh, that might be a good fit for him.
Yeah.
He's kind of gotten a little washed up last couple years.
Well, he has a ring though, so.
He does have a ring. Yeah, he does.
I'm not sure why he's still playing, honestly. I'm honestly not sure why he's still playing.
He's kind of.
I guess he probably loves the game, right? I guess maybe that's what it is.
I miss it when he was called Serge Ibaka. Serge Ibaka. He was great. Ibaka.
Yeah, I don't think you would know any of these names. A lot of rotational bench players, that kind of deal. Oh, do you know who CJ McCollum is? You probably know CJ McCollum, right?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, he got traded from the Blazers. He's on the Pelicans now.
Oh, okay. Who's on the Pelicans? Don't I know somebody who's on the Pelicans?
Zion Williamson. Zion's on the Pelicans. I don't think he's healthy yet. I don't think he's still healthy yet. So they haven't played with him.
He's been quite a story, hasn't he?
Yeah.
His first year was okay, and then he just kind of flopped after that. He kept getting hurt and injured, and it's so funny how you see rookies come into the NBA and they'll I feel like generally they'll have a good first season because nobody really knows how they play.
Yeah.
But then after that, if they don't adapt or change their play style, they're kind of done. Like they just don't evolve anymore.
Yeah.
That's kind of what happened to Lonzo and his brother too. Was like that. You know what I mean? Like I felt like their first year they were pretty talkative. And they were you saw them do some pretty crazy stuff, but then they just kind of they're not really, people don't really talk about them that much anymore. I know isn't Melo going to the All-Star game?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he got
because somebody got injured. So that's what I thought.
He's actually really, I think he's better than his brother, honestly.
Well, I think most people do. Most people think Melo's better than Lonzo.
Yeah, he got replaced. He's replacing Oh, he was actually fifth in the All-Star voting
Oh,
in the
I
Eastern
thought he.
Conference. But
Oh, okay.
he is replacing I think he's replacing um Kevin Durant to start because Kevin Durant was a
Oh,
starter obviously. So I
so
think
he's
it's
not
a
coming off the
replacement.
he's not coming off the bench.
Yeah,
Okay, so that was what's different. That's exciting for him. You gonna watch the All Star game?
maybe. I watched highlights. Can I just say I watched highlights from the NFL All-Star game. It is so bad. It is so bad. Like you can tell no one really wants to be there, but they're there because they
They
get
don't want
paid
to
to
get
be there.
hurt. Yeah, they don't want
Yeah,
to get
they don't want to
hurt.
get
Like,
hurt. So no one's really tackling anyone. No one's
yeah,
really playing defense. Um, it was so. I was like, why
it's like
would anyone
watching
want to watch this?
it's watching a bunch of cats play football. They're just like,
Yeah,
they're just wrestling.
at least with the NBA, like watching cool offense is fun because like you just see people shoot from like
Mhm,
half court, 3 points. Like
mhm.
you get Dwight Howard shooting threes and stuff like that. That's pretty fun.
That's true. They have more. They have more. Their skills stuff is a lot more fun to watch.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
but yeah, the
Um,
NFL was just bad. Like I didn't. They should cancel that. They shouldn't do that anymore.
I think it's kind of pointless. Nobody
Yeah,
watches it. I don't know
yeah.
anybody who watches the Pro Bowl.
But also, you just don't want to get injured. Like you just that's the main
Yeah.
thing is you don't want to get injured. So you just don't play at full speed. You don't play as hard. You don't play
Mhm,
as instinctive. All
mhm.
that kind of stuff. But
Yeah, I mean, the All Star game. I kind of like. I don't actually like watching the All Star game. I
yeah,
prefer to watch the events that lead up to it. Like I like watching the dunk contest. I like watching the 3-point shooting contest. I like watching the celebrity All Star game. That's fun. Like those types of things are fun to watch. But that's I don't really like watching the All Star game
ugh.
itself. It's just I'd rather see the highlights. It's kind of boring.
Yeah. I hope. Hopefully they don't stick with the All Star format they did last year. That was bogus. I don't know who thought that was a good idea.
Oh
But I
yeah, they
like
did
that.
something weird with the scoring, didn't they?
Yeah. So every quarter you started off 0-0. So it was basically like three pickup
That's right.
games, and then the fourth
Yeah.
quarter was something different as well.
Weren't they trying to? They were trying to get it. They were trying to add like some because like obviously the NBA players like if you want to watch the All Star game, watch the fourth quarter, right? Because that's
Yeah.
when they actually
Yeah.
start to play hard. But
Yeah.
so I think that's what they were trying to stimulate, but I don't think it worked out that way.
No.
It was kind of
No.
weird.
I wonder what the rules are for this year. I don't see anything on internet about the rules for this year. So, but I like watching the All Star game. I'll watch it.
I mean, I might. We'll see. We'll see. I don't. What is it on TNT this year?
I'm
It's
sure it
always on
is.
TNT,
I don't
right?
know why. Yeah, I don't know who else will get it.
Yeah, that's not a. I probably won't be able to watch it then because that's not a. What's it called? That's not a basic channel, so I probably won't be able to watch it. But it's all good. When is the All Star game? Real fast before we move
Oh,
on.
is it when?
Yeah,
February
it's in
20th.
the,
Is that? Oh, this month soon. It's actually
it's
in
February.
Cleveland this year.
Oh, okay. It's February, so it's this weekend, this coming weekend.
20th that's this weekend. Yeah.
Yeah, but but All Star weekend that's 18th, 19th, and the 20th then, right?
Yeah.
Oh wow, I didn't know it was that fast. Well, that's cool. Well, anyways, that's all of our sports talk for today, guys. So now we are gonna move on to some superhero news, which I
Oh,
think
wait,
that's
wait, wait.
probably.
Before we move on, I had a
Oh yeah.
question for you. What do you think about I think I recently just changed my opinion about something.
Mhm.
People. So like when a game's decided, right?
Mhm.
And then someone on the team that's going to already win because the game's been decided. It's like you're up by 20, 25, whatever. And then
Mhm.
like it's like 10 seconds left. The guy takes the ball from inbound. You know how most people just kind of stand around wait for the buzzer. He grabs the ball and he takes it and he scores one more point. How do you feel
Was
about
that
that?
was that in that college game?
I don't know. I just saw a bunch of NBA highlights about it recently, and I
Oh,
was kind of
okay.
like I think I might have changed my opinion about that.
That happened in a college game recently. How do I feel about it?
Yeah.
Let me think. To be honest, I've gone back and forth. I
Yeah.
understand the bad sportsmanship of
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
On the other hand, I don't have a problem with playing as hard as you can until that buzzer goes off.
Yeah.
I don't have a problem with that personally. People get mad about it, and I'm like, I think you should play as hard as you can until the buzzer goes. I
Yeah.
get that they're like 10 seconds left. I mean, that's just what you do. Now, obviously, there is a part, you shouldn't be you shouldn't be like flagrantly fouling anybody or like that, but you should be playing to get that, you should be, if you're pressing them, you keep pressing them. You constantly do it because you don't want them to feel, in my opinion, like they got the better of you
Yeah.
almost. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
even if they're up by 20, like just
It's a
keep
pride
fighting
thing,
them.
right? It's like as a not like a not
Hmm.
not not in the sinful way, but like in like the as a man, like I'm not gonna just let you think you can just bully me around just because you're up 20. Like I'm gonna keep playing hard.
Yeah, yeah. I'm gonna make
Um,
you work. I'm gonna make you work until the buzzer goes off. Yeah,
exactly,
and I
exactly.
think that's fair. I understand if there's like a couple seconds left and they're just throwing it in. I get that, but I don't knock I can understand both sides, but I don't knock anybody for playing to the whistle. So
Yeah,
you know.
yeah. I was always like, you don't do that. Like if you're already gonna
Hmm.
win, you don't get into the basket. Okay, you
Hmm.
just respectfully hold the ball until the buzzer and you walk off the
Hmm.
court.
Hmm.
But more recently, I was listening to, oh man, what's this guy's name? Chris Webber. And he was like, I don't like this because it's all manufactured anger. Like if you were angry, you should have been angry in the third quarter when you were down by 20. And I was like, dang, that's right. Like you have no
Hmm.
right to get angry if they score. Like you just don't have the right because you lost. That's
Yeah.
your fault. You should have played harder. You should have played
Yeah.
better.
Yeah. Yeah.
So more recently I was like, I think I'm more. I think you should. he said, he said, he said if you're losing by 25, I hope you lose by 27. And I was like, yeah, I think I agree with that. You should lose by as much as you possibly can because that's your fault for not playing hard enough.
Yeah, definitely. That's so funny. Yeah, I hated in high school. That's what I would try to do, and I would always try to play as hard as I could until like there were exceptions, obviously.
Hmm.
If there's like 3 seconds left and they have the ball, and they're passing it from an inbounds play, I'm not going to try to I'm going to play defense,
Yeah,
but I'm not going to like force myself to get that. There's an extent. There is a part that's too far, but I think also that's no excuse to not play hard. To
yeah,
just stand around and not do anything. Like I'm gonna play hard. I'm gonna defend that guy so that hopefully he doesn't get that inbounds. But if he does get the inbounds, there's 3 seconds left. I'm not gonna try to like cause a foul and then they get two. Because they could get 2 more points. I don't want. I'm gonna play smart basketball all the way through. Is what I'm
yeah,
saying.
yeah. And I think that's
So.
something that I would definitely be teaching my kids as well. Is like, hey, you
Hmm.
play until the buzzer goes off. You don't stop because someone thinks you need to stop because you're up 20. Like you keep scoring
Hmm.
until you can't score anymore. You
Yeah.
break the scoreboard if you can. Like if you want to go for 200 that night, go for 200 that night because if they're not gonna play defense on you, that's their
Hmm.
fault. They need to play better defense.
Well, because I mean that's kind of how it is in like the end of the third quarter, right? Like there's
Yeah,
30 seconds left and you're down by 20. Well, I'm not gonna play as hard. We're down. It's like no, you keep playing. Like you
yeah.
don't save your energy for the next quarter. Like you keep playing as hard as you can. So I mean that's just what I think.
Interesting.
Yeah, I think we agree on that. I've
Yeah,
kind of always felt that way because I understand the sportsmanship of hey, they won the game. Just wait the next 10 seconds out or 15 seconds.
yeah,
I understand if it's like low single digits, if it's like 1 or 2 seconds or three. All right, like okay, there's really nothing that's gonna happen. Like, what are you gonna do? Steal the ball and shoot a half court shot? Like that? Like that's and that just looks idiotic, right? Like
yeah,
somebody looks really dumb if you're doing that. But if there's 10 seconds left, I can still steal that ball and go make a layup. Like I can still, like there's time for something to close the gap a little bit.
yeah.
So I think it's fine. I'm not gonna now if I'm a coach, I'm not gonna run a play. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna like write a play up to steal the inbounds ball. But that's different. But anyways, well, we need to move on to our next topic. So what do you want to do? DC or Marvel next?
Oh man.
DC's probably a little bit shorter.
Yeah, yeah. It is just a
I
clip.
I know other people are wanting. I'm sure people are tuning in for Doctor Strange, which we're gonna get to. But I feel like we should. DC will have a little bit. I think it'll be shorter. It'll be easier to talk about. So, and
Alright.
then we can end on a high note because I've heard the trailer for Doctor Strange is amazing, but I haven't.
Typical Marvel response. And then
Oh
the
my
high note.
gosh. You know it's true. All right,
What are you
let's
trying
do
to
this.
say?
Let's do this.
Let me know if you can hear it. 'Cause I don't.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I did
Thank
it
you.
right this time.
Thank you for showing me the full screen feature, by the way, because now I can actually. I used to always have to stare like this, but now, whenever you play a video, but now I can like just watch it like normal. It's great. Anyways, let's
Who
do
are
it.
you under there? What are you
I'm
hiding?
Batman. Bruce Wayne.
My son dreamt of a better world. That's why he
Ah!
saved me.
Ew, that was a gross face.
You can go.
There we go. There's the
Ooh.
Flash.
Universe.
I don't
fight
mind
to
the
save
way
this
his
one.
new suit looks, personally. Oh, he's touching his mom.
What could be greater than a king?
I like that he's keeping his
Hero.
same.
Outfit.
Yeah.
I just got goosebumps.
I was worried they were gonna get rid of Aquaman's outfit. The world
If you don't
needs.
stand up, no one will.
Yeah, Catwoman.
Come with us. It's a
Oh,
glorious
let's
world
go! That was kind of dope with the
Waiting
wings.
for you.
Oh, it's Pierce Brosnan.
Are you in?
I'm still not a fan of Ezra Miller Flash either. I'm fair. You know, like I don't really like his acting as Barry Allen, but I actually didn't mind his. I liked his Flash costume. I didn't mind the cowl. What? What's your thought?
I don't know, man. I've already detailed. There's a lengthy history on my thoughts about this new Flash movie coming out.
I really don't think it's going to be. I don't think you're going to have to worry about it too much. I think it's going to be good. I think it's going to be good. Honestly.
You think it's going to surprise me? Is what you're saying? Because I think it's going to be bad.
Yeah. I guess it'll surprise you. I don't think it will be Spider-Man: No Way Home, but I think it'll be a solid.
Could it be
movie.
Aquaman? Could it be Aquaman 1? Like that's like the bare bones of good.
Yeah,
DC.
a little bit better. Maybe a little bit better. I mean,
Shazam?
it's got to be a little bit better. Shazam was pretty high up there for me, so you just calm down a little bit.
wait. You're saying like Wonder Woman then, or is Wonder Woman too high?
It's probably gonna be like Birds of Prey for you, but not for me.
Wait, I didn't like Birds of Prey that much. They're in my bottom.
Yes,
5,
you
I think.
did. I thought you liked. Oh, well, that was true.
No, I was
Bottom
telling you
five.
my wife liked Birds of Prey. I didn't like Birds of Prey.
Oh, I hated Birds of Prey, man. That movie was so bad. Adolin wants to know which one is Pierce Brosnan in. Pierce Brosnan is going to be in Black Adam. He's also going to be in it with that dude from Leverage is also in that movie. He's Adonis, whatever his name is. He's playing Hawkman, which we saw there for just a second.
Look, they can save this
So-
Flash movie. You know what would redeem this Flash movie for me?
Mhm.
If they gave me a really
What's
good
that?
Reverse Flash, a really really good.
Bro, we're not. I
like-
doubt we see Reverse Flash in this movie.
You have to have him in this movie because that's the only. He kills Barry's mom. Like that's the reason for the whole Flashpoint. Is
Well-
that he goes back and save his mom from the Reverse Flash.
I mean, hey, maybe they will put him in there. Maybe they will. Maybe they will.
My question would be, who would be the villain if it's not going to be Reverse Flash?
Man, if it's DC, this is what I've accepted. This is what I've accepted. So this is probably why I'm fine with the movie. This movie is going to be about nostalgia, and it's going to be about the multiverse. That's what this movie is going to be about. It's not really going to be about Barry's mom dying.
Oh my
I
god!
I think
oh my
she's-
god!
Maybe she dies from like, maybe it's like a random murderer. It's not actually Reverse
And
Flash.
it's like a maybe an off-screen death or like in the
It-
first 5 minutes we see it.
It doesn't
real
have
quickly.
to be Reverse Flash, right? Like it could be some other dude. because really what causes that problem is Barry running back in time. It's not actually Reverse Flash causing the death that causes the time ripple. It's Barry going back in time to save his mom that causes it.
I get
So-
that, but
No, I'm not saying you're wrong. I think Reverse Flash should be in the movie because Reverse Flash is a great villain. But I just feel like Warner Brothers isn't going to do that. They're going to focus on Supergirl, and they're going to focus on old Michael Keaton Batman coming back and all that stuff. That's why that's the other thing too. I don't like that you try to make your movie better because you're putting Batman in it. I like that Batman's in it. I like Ben Affleck. I'm happy he's in it because I like Ben Affleck Batman, but why are you putting him in a Flash movie just to make more money? You know what I mean? Like that's kind of the point in my head. I heard he's supposed to be integral to the plot, but still, I mean,
man,
it's also a Flashpoint story, so. And Batman is kind of
I need Reverse Flash.
Story.
I need Reverse Flash. I can't imagine this movie getting saved without him being a key villain in this movie. Like I just can't imagine this movie get saved any other way. Like it needs to. He needs to be in this movie. He just needs to be in this movie. And they need to do a good job. Like if they do a, I'm not even saying like Flash level because Flash has the best Reverse Flash we've ever seen before.
I will say that about the Flash show. The thing they did great was his origin.
Yes,
they did his origin
and
very
he
well.
is so villainous. It's like
that's why season 1 is so good.
Yeah,
because his origin, like, and that on a greater scale would be amazing.
Yeah.
So
yeah. So, and they don't have to. But my point is, they don't have to reach that height. They don't have to get that good because the actor, even just the actor himself, is just so talented. Mm-hmm. I'm not saying they have to get that high, but I'm just saying they need to have a solid villain who is Reverse Flash, who has a significant role in the movie, because that's what's going to save this movie from being, I don't know, this hodgepodge that it sounds like it's going to be. Like it sounds, oh my gosh, and I hate it because it just sometimes it just sounds like DC hears Marvel's doing an idea and they're like, oh, that sounds like a good idea. We should do that. Mm-hmm. They're doing like a multiverse thing. We have that in our comic books, don't we? Don't we have something about a multiverse in the comics? Oh, Flashpoint? Let's do that. Yeah. Oh, I mean, technically, old superheroes from other movies. We should do that. Why aren't we doing that?
This is what I think happened though, because to be honest, DC had the idea first. DC was doing the multiverse first. However, the Flash got stuck in limbo, and then Marvel beat them to it, and now DC's like, oh man, people really like old characters coming back. We got to put this person. That's when they changed everything, I think. I
hear you. I just like, I see, Captain America versus, Captain America Civil War, and then I see BVS, and now I'm seeing No Way Home, and now I'm seeing the Flash movie, or even you can just say, Doctor Strange Multiverse, and now I'm seeing the Flash movie. It's like. It's too close to not say they're copying them. It's like it's too close.
Is it sad that like the only thing that they haven't done? I mean I'm not gonna say that not everything that WB has done is copied Marvel, but like the only really successful thing that they've done when not copying Marvel is like Zack Snyder's Justice League, which I'm glad they did. That's like the one thing that they listened to the fans about, and then everybody was like, "Yeah, it's great," and then like they just decided not to listen to it anymore. Aquaman was $1 billion movie though. All right, Aquaman was a decent movie. I actually like the original Suicide Squad a little bit too, but not that much.
Wait a minute, not the Suicide Squad. You like Suicide Squad?
Yeah, Suicide Squad. The Suicide Squad wasn't bad either. That's not a bad movie. It just was kind of I
don't understand. They've had all the licensing to all of their characters. I don't understand why this has not turned out better.
I know.
Like so mind blowing to me that Marvel has been literally playing with one hand behind their back this whole time, and they're still whooping them. I don't understand that. Like that's so weird. To me.
Well, I'm wondering if Marvel's gonna have a bad next couple of years though.
Oh, you think so? Because without Rob Downey Jr., no Chris Evans.
They're trying new things, and so because of that, some of their stuff's not doing good. I mean, if you think about it, their only commercial success was Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Shang-Chi was not. Eternals was not. Black Widow was not. None of those movies did good. You can actually say that all those movies were financial failures for them. So I mean, they've had a rough couple movies. Even though I thought Black Widow was okay. It wasn't my favorite. Eternals I really didn't like that much. It was also just like mediocre. And then Shang-Chi I liked a lot. And then, so I mean, DC has a chance to like be good, but I don't know if they're gonna be. I think I'm happy. I'm excited for Black Adam. I think Black Adam is gonna be. I actually think that movie's gonna be kind of interesting. As long as The Rock doesn't rap in it. You know, he's just gonna like, you know, they're gonna have the title. It's gonna be like Black Adam, and then you're gonna hear, "It's about drive. It's about power. We stay hungry. We devour." And then he's, you know, and then.
What is that from?
That's him. That's his song. That's his song. That's his rap song that he put out, and he's got a rap
Working
name
out,
and
I'm
everything.
guessing, right?
I guess. Let me see. He's got a rap name. It's Let me see. Where's it at? He has a rap name, I heard, but I can't find it. Anyways. I thought because he didn't show up as he wasn't The Rock in that. He had a different name, but anyways, it's not really important to what we're talking about. But
I also though I'm excited for all the Batman properties. I don't feel like they're letting us down on those.
You mean like the Batman movie?
Yeah, but also
Yeah.
Batwoman. I'm a little excited for Batwoman. I'm excited to get a deep dive into her character and that kind of stuff. And
Batwoman.
as long as aren't they doing that, or is it Batgirl?
Batgirl. Oh, okay. Yeah.
Batgirl.
Sorry. Wow. Come on, man. To get your bats correct. No.
I'm sorry. I've been watching Batwoman, so it's kind of
you
head.
and two other people. Literally, I've seen so many people online and reviewers who are like, "Who's watching the show? Like, it's not a good show." Like.
They had a street racing episode more recently that I just watched. That was
Ew, street racing. That's gross. What is this, Fast and the Furious? Like, that's gross. I mean, Batgirl's kind of. I'm semi interested in Batgirl. I didn't like her costume. I thought it looked kind of bad. But you know, I'm semi interested in that. Kind of interested in the Gotham show. I know we already had a Gotham show. I'm kind of surprised we're getting another one.
It's not called Gotham. It's called Gotham PD.
PD.
It's different, okay?
But it ties to the movie, so I'm kind of excited about that because that's what we always wanted from the Gotham show. Was we wanted it to tie into the overall universe.
Gotham universe, that's fair.
Yeah, I mean, it could have. They just decided not to do that.
Well, hopefully they do a better job than Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. did. Because Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., maybe the first two seasons you can say that was related to the movies, but after that, it really wasn't related.
They made an obscure, when Avengers Infinity War came out, they made a very obscure Thanos reference. It was like, they did reference Thanos. They were like, Thanos is coming. But then, like, it had nothing to do with the plot of the show. Like, it was just like a warning and they were like, it's still connected, sort of. They're like, it's kind of connected. It's just funny.
Well, no, I just want, oh man, this last movie. I got my tickets for the Batman, by the way. March 1st, we're gonna be there.
March 1st?
Yes, sir.
Oh, dang, you got the early tickets then.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
How'd you make?
We had to get them up front though, because they were pretty booked up by the time we got there, and this was like an obscure location too. It wasn't like heartland of Atlanta. It was like south of Atlanta.
So you were just lucky to find tickets still, basically.
Yeah.
Man,
I would be surprised if there was like any tickets available that aren't like right in front of the screen. You know.
Yeah, it was most places that I saw, like the entire. I think they said it sold out in like 2 days. Like those special showings.
Yeah.
It was like from what I saw, the sides were open, and then like basically the very front. There was one person though that like they got in there early in the movie theater and they had bought out the entire like first row. And I'm like, why would you buy that row? Like you know what I mean? Like I know exactly. Again, the only thing I'm concerned about for Batman is Zoe Kravitz Catwoman. I'm just not sure. She's not giving me Catwoman vibes in the movie, in the trailer. I mean,
I mean, it'll be part of the course, right? Because we haven't had a good Catwoman yet. I still don't think we have, at least.
What? You didn't like Anne Hathaway?
No, I did not.
Why not?
She didn't feel like Catwoman to me. She just felt like a woman who was dressed up as a cat.
She was Catwoman. What do you want Catwoman to do? Purr?
No,
Michelle Pfeiffer?
No.
You want Halle Berry? What do you want out of your Catwoman, man?
There's a Catwoman animated movie coming out. It looks like it's going to be good. It's like in an anime style too.
Did you like Batman the Animated Series Catwoman?
I like the Catwoman in the Arkham series. That's been my favorite Catwoman so far.
That was literally like Anne Hathaway's character.
No,
I don't know what you're talking about. I literally feel like Anne Hathaway was like that in the movie. She was great. I don't know what you're talking about, man.
I'll give you this. I gotta watch. I should watch it again just to make sure. But I didn't. When I saw her, I was like, she's not Catwoman.
I mean, I will give you like the costume front. Like I think Catwoman's costume needs to look like Catwoman, which they didn't like with hers. They kind of did this thing where she has these goggles and then she puts them up and they look like ears. And then, but Zoe Kravitz is like, from what I've seen, unless they change it, it looks the same. It's like she's got like this bag on her head and she's got these two little pointy things that look like ears, and it's really stupid.
Yeah, I think that's probably the main thing I really did like about Anne Hathaway was her her costume.
I mean, I can see that, but I think personally she played the character well because she played coy, but she had goodness in her, which is supposed to be Catwoman, right? Like she's an anti-hero where like she plays coy, she doesn't really she likes robbing for the thrill and for money, but she does it for herself. She doesn't do it because crime and she likes to commit crime and she's got this plan to take over the world, at least in newer incarnations of the character. And so she wants to be good, but she doesn't believe she can be good like Batman can. Mm-hmm. And that's what she brought. That's what Anne Hathaway brought to the character, I thought.
I don't know, man. I will say I remember her so much from what's that movie called? The Princess
Diaries.
Diaries.
You don't think
maybe blinding me.
So you don't think she's for you can't get past that.
Yeah.
See,
I
could easily.
She's such a nice person. I don't know. I just.
She's a vegan,
No, she's an omnivore. Pretending to be a vegan.
I mean, man, I saw her in Les Mis, and she does not look like the Princess Bride in Les Mis. I mean, she does a great job in that movie. And then I don't know.
That was convincing. That was convincing. Not Catwoman though. I don't know. I don't know what it is about Catwoman. The first time I saw it, I think I've only watched it twice though. So, and that was like a long time ago. But it just wasn't convincing to me.
Well, you should watch it again. Watch it one more time and let me know. I'm kind of surprised. Most people that I know thought she was a good Catwoman, which I mean you're not like most people, but it's it's fine. I disagree though. I loved her as Catwoman. I thought she was a great Catwoman. I thought she was the best one that we've had so far. Of course,
maybe it's because we didn't get enough of her. Maybe that's the problem.
Maybe I mean we didn't.
We got enough of her.
She robs Bruce Wayne at the beginning of the movie, and then she robs.
Oh yeah, Kane Bruce Wayne.
I actually loved that. I loved that incarnation. I liked The Dark Knight Rises probably more than most people. I don't think it's the best. I think it's in some ways I want to say it's better than Batman Begins, but I don't know. I go back and forth. Obviously, The Dark Knight is the best one, but I didn't hate The Dark Knight Rises as much as other people did. Personally, people are always like that movie was garbage, and I'm like, I really didn't think it was. Yeah, I really didn't
definitely
think
wasn't garbage. There was a lot it was missing, but I think we talked about this last time that they were really missing was Heath Ledger. What they were really missing.
It's hard to top that.
Yeah, the story was missing something. You could tell the story was missing something, and that's what it felt like.
Yeah, I mean, I thought the whole Ra's al Ghul's daughter, Talia. I thought Talia al Ghul was kind of like a weird thing to throw in, and then they kind of made Bane like a henchman again towards the end because she was working for her, or he was working for her, so that was kind of like But
also I still contend that I like my Bane to be a bubble monster, you know.
You like Batman and Robin Bane.
Yeah, like I want him to be like not
no,
just like
come on.
He needs to look to me. He should look abnormal. Like he shouldn't look like a human. That's just how I like my Bane, though.
I like my Bane on Venom. Is what I like. But I don't like Batman and Robin Bane though. Batman and Robin Bane did not have like. He was just like. He just made grunts the whole movie. He doesn't talk.
I don't even remember what Batman and Robin.
You don't remember what he looked like in that movie?
I'm looking it up now.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's a little something. That's a little something. I still want more.
He looked comic book accurate in that, but the problem was the way they portrayed him was horrible.
Yeah,
That's what makes the movie bad. Was the way they portrayed him was like he was just a henchman. He was not like he did not have a brain. He wasn't smart. Whereas Bane is the Venom actually makes him smart, doesn't it?
Yeah. No,
It
no,
makes-
no. He's already a tactical genius.
Oh, he is. I thought
Yeah.
I thought it increased his brain power.
It may, but I know he's already like he was like in the military or whatever, so
Yeah, I knew
he
that about
already
him.
he's supposed to be as far as I know. I may be wrong, but he's supposed to be smart already. And then the Venom just amplifies his physical abilities.
Gotcha. I thought it amplified his brain power as well, but that maybe I'm wrong on that. But I would like to see a Bane that when he gets Venom, he becomes kind of like that monstrous thing. But I also I like what Tom Hardy brought to the character because he was kind of fearful, or like he was somebody you could be afraid of. But I would have liked Venom and that kind of aspect of it. I think his kind of like drug addiction is interesting to the character.
Yeah.
But anyways, I'm also kind of excited for Shazam 2. Shazam Fury of the God. Be a good movie.
Hey, I'm looking at this article, and apparently Batista Dave Batista had a meeting with Warner Brothers because he was recently in their movie Army of the Dead, with Zack Snyder's movie.
Yeah. Is that a WB
so apparently
movie?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I'm kind of surprised Zack Snyder's still working with Warner Brothers. Because he talked about
I think
how
that movie was already in the works before.
Maybe it was.
But
before he had that whole thing.
Yeah, but apparently he went to Warner Brothers and demanded to play the role of Bane.
When was that?
That's what I'm trying to figure out. I don't see any see any dates on here of when he did that.
He would be a good Bane though. He'd be a good Bane.
He wanted to be Bane for the Snyderverse.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
He would be a good Bane.
I would
that.
think so. I mean, I don't. He doesn't look smart.
No, he doesn't. Well, especially after seeing him play as Drax.
Yeah.
It's kind of hard to get past that.
Yeah, but he definitely has the body to play Bane.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I'm excited for the Batman. I think it's going to be good. That's the only thing is I don't know how Zoe Kravitz Catwoman is going to be. I'm just kind of, to go back to where this whole conversation started. I'm just not, because when I see her, she's almost talking to Batman as if she's going to be his inspiration. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like, and that's kind of weird for me because I kind of like it where she's more of the criminal. Like she's the one who started out as the criminal, and then she kind of started, she started to come to that lighter side because of Batman.
Yeah, not the other way around.
Not the other way around. Yeah, I don't like her being like, you can be a hero, like you can do this, and she's kind of talking to him in that way, and I'm like, I don't know if I like that, but we'll see. She might be great. She might be the best Catwoman ever. I think people think Catwoman is very one-dimensional, and I don't think she's someone who has an inner struggle.
Yeah.
She's someone who has an inner struggle between doing the right thing and doing the wrong thing, and living her life independently, and then also believing in herself. She actually has low self-esteem. She doesn't think much of herself. That's why she always overcompensates with like sexuality. To be honest,
actually, the best Catwoman we've seen was in Gotham.
She was good. I'll give you that. She was really good.
The writing they did for her character was.
They showed that character. They literally did what I just explained in that show. Like they showed her having that inner struggle throughout the entire show.
Yeah.
And she was good. The only thing I didn't like about the thing that I probably would have wished that Gotham did, is I probably wish I would have rather them not end on Batman. I think the way the show ended was very weird.
Yeah, I agree. I agree.
I think because they really tried to age Bruce up extremely fast. You know what I mean? Which, I mean, I get the idea of he would grow after that experience. He became very motivated. I get that part. But what I'm trying to say is, like, they were trying to do adult things with kind of, like, teenage actors.
Yeah,
and that
weird, yeah.
Yeah, that felt weird at times. I need to rewatch that show. I've been thinking about it since you keep telling me. Because that was a fun show to watch when it was on TV. I'll be honest. I enjoyed watching that show. Every episode that came out. And they did such a great. They used like so many characters from his rogues gallery. It was a fun show. It was the best a Gotham show could be without Batman. To be honest.
Yeah. And the Penguin was so miscast, but it worked out so well.
I know they did that. They did such a good job with that character. Same thing with the Riddler was cast perfectly.
Yeah, the Riddler was cast. Yes. The Riddler was
I don't think I know this is a different take on the Riddler that we're getting. But man, like I don't know if the guy who played Ed Nigma in Gotham was just so great. He did such a great job in that show. So I don't know. I also liked the girl who played Deadpool's girlfriend. What's her name in the show? Thompson. Thompson. Jim Gordon's girlfriend. Yes.
And almost wife at one point.
Almost wife. They did his love life dirty, man. I didn't love what they did to Barbara.
Yeah, me neither.
That was kind of like
that was my biggest gripe was that and him not having the mustache ever except for like one scene.
That one episode where it's like like a flash forward or whatever. That was really funny.
I know.
That was hilarious.
I think he didn't like the mustache. I think that's why they didn't do it.
That's the same thing with Oliver Green or Oliver in Arrow. I said Oliver Green. Oliver, what's his last name?
Oliver. Wow, Quinn. No, Oliver Queen.
Why couldn't we think of it, man? That was the same thing with Arrow in that show. Like he did not want to get a beard. He kept saying like, "I'll never wear a beard. I'll never wear a beard." And then they show in the season, when they show in season 5 when he gets off the island, they show that the beard's fake. I was like, are you serious? You couldn't actually just like have him
wear for just a little bit, just for a little bit, just
to
appease the fans,
That was so funny. There's one episode where they actually give him the beard in Arrow, and I don't remember. They give him the actual like gold, like beard, and it looked good, but that's fine. Anyways, well, we're gonna move on. I think that's enough. Anything else you want to talk about DC before we get into the Doctor Strange trailer?
No. What'd you think about the? We saw a bunch of different superheroes that I didn't even know were going to be in the DC universe.
Oh. Yeah. Well, I knew that. So the Justice Society is going to be in Black Adam. So I knew that.
Okay.
But they looked good. They looked good.
Wait a minute, was that Our Man that I saw?
Our Man?
Yeah.
No, I believe. So there's Hawkman that was in there.
Okay, I saw Hawkman.
There was Pierce Brosnan who's going to play not Doctor Strange, but the other one, the one for DC. He's got the helmet.
Yeah, I saw him.
I can't remember his name. He was in Smallville and everything like that.
Dr. Fate, that's what it is. Wow.
Dr. Fate.
How did I forget that?
Dr. Fate. I was gonna say not the other doctor.
The other doctor.
Yeah, Dr. Fate. He was in there, which I think he's gonna do a great job. Then they also had is it Adam?
Pierce Brosnan is playing. He's playing Dr. Fate. Okay.
Yeah.
So is he playing the helmet or is he playing the person inside the helmet?
I don't know. I bet he's gonna play both. He's probably gonna do a different voice for the spirit that embodies him.
They should get George. I mean, I don't think he's still alive. Is he still alive? Earl James Jones?
James Earl Jones?
James Earl Jones. Earl James Jones? James Earl Jones. Is he still alive?
I think he is. Alive. Yeah.
91 years old. Yeah, get him to play the voice.
Why, you want Darth Vader, Dr. Fate?
yeah. Dr. Fate is like so rude and mean all the time. Like, yeah.
He is, man.
Like,
he is really mean.
I was originally thinking like,
he is really mean.
I was really thinking the other black guy. Wow, I had his name, and it's like sometimes I feel like I had a concussion. Like,
what's in your wallet, guy? Lawrence Fishburne?
No, not Lawrence Fishburne. The other one.
Samuel L. Jackson?
No, the guy with the magic voice. Okay, there's only one black guy with the magic voice.
Man, you're looking really racist right now. I'm just gonna say.
What's his name?
I don't know, man. I don't know.
I'm trying to think what he was in.
you talking about the guy from
Oh
Allstate?
my gosh, this is not happening.
The
to me.
Allstate guy?
No, he.
Allstate. Morgan Freeman?
Yes, there it is. Morgan Freeman.
Morgan Freeman.
I was really gonna say Morgan Freeman, but his
this carpet.
His voice is too soothing, too godlike. You know, it's like patient and kind. It's not like demanding. You know that like a demanding voice, and that's the Lion King, for sure.
That's hilarious. Thank you. Yes, thank you, Jordan. We appreciate your comment for Morgan Freeman.
See, he knew what I was talking about. They knew what I was talking about.
Why do you want James Earl Jones to voice?
Because you need someone who's angry, demanding, but like has their voice is impactful. You know, like you feel it.
I forget what his helmet's called. It's the helmet of
Naboo.
Naboo, that's it. The spirit of Naboo. Oh, yeah. I actually liked him in Smallville for a little bit. I thought that was cool that they put him in that show. But he's in it, and then also we got I think Atom Man is in it, the guy who grows really big. The Ant-Man of DC. It might be just the Atom.
Yeah, the Atom.
But I don't. Well, DC has a couple growing and shrinking superheroes. So
man, Naboo looks so. Dr. Fate looks so good. In that
he
one
does.
shot that I saw, he looked really good.
Yeah, he does. He does look good. I'm excited for him. I'm actually more excited for the Justice Society than I thought I would be, because they're kind of like lesser known team. I wonder if we're gonna get the OG Green Lantern, Alan Scott.
Alan Scott. Oh man.
You know what I mean? But they, I don't know. I forgot his name. Do you know who that guy who grew was in the trailer?
The Atom? Was that the Atom?
Yeah, I don't think it's the Atom. If you guys are just joining us, by the way, we're breaking down this trailer. DC put out it was like a little trailer that they did of scenes from movies that are coming out this year.
Who is this? You know who this is? I don't know. I can't tell by her costume who she's supposed to be.
I don't know who that is. I don't know. She kind of looks unimportant. I'll be honest.
Well, she's in the shot, so she has to be important.
I know, but what I mean is her costume does not look very. Yeah, that guy. Are we sure that's the Atom? It doesn't look.
He has the. No, it's too far. He has the. Dang, Hawkman looks good too. Hawkman looks really good,
bro.
Oh,
Dr. Fate, man, he looks so good.
That has to be. Adam,
that's got to be the Atom. You're right. That's a comic book accurate Atom. That ain't no like. that ain't no like Iron Man like rebate. Rebate Iron Man, like, coupon.
You talking about like the Arrowverse's?
Brandon Routh.
He did good as the character, but
I was Superman. He does okay. Yeah, he does okay. I liked him in Arrow better than I did Legends of Tomorrow.
I totally agree with you. Agree with you. He was so much better in Arrow.
Yeah, he was way better in Arrow. He was a much more interesting character because he was dating Felicity, and he was like, he was all up in Oliver Queen's space.
Yeah.
That was such an interesting season because he was poor that season because Felicity owned everything, and then she treated him like garbage. That's when I started to hate Felicity because I was like, listen, he just gave you everything. Like I don't know. Anyways, crazy.
Yeah, crazy. This. I did not like the suit they built for him. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it was very like cheesy and CGI, and also like this just looks better. This is way more comic book accurate, and I also like his mask that it fully covers his face. It's not just like a visor. Mm-hmm. I hated that visor thing because it's just there because the actor threw a fit and was like, they can't see my face. I'm getting paid and you can't see my face.
So do you think who do you think it's gonna be Dr. Fate? Because like obviously in Young Justice it's Zatanna's dad. So I wonder if they're gonna do the actual original Dr. Fate. I'm assuming they would, right? Because if it's Justice Society.
Well, wait. Zatanna's dad he's a different character altogether. Oh, well, he becomes Dr. That's right. Yeah. He becomes Dr. Fate.
Kent is the guy who's the first. I think he might be the first Dr. Fate.
I think it's going to be the OG one.
Kent Nelson?
Yeah, I don't think they'll bring in Zatanna's dad or anything like that, personally. Not yet, anyways. I think Zatanna is in the future. I mean, they were trying to do a Justice League Dark movie for a while, but that got scrapped. So, I was kind of excited for that movie too. Yeah, I mean, I'm telling you, man, I'm kind of excited for Black Adam. I've been a little excited for it. I actually don't think he looks bad in that suit either.
Yeah, I don't know. He just doesn't look like a villain to me. That's the thing I can't get past is The Rock does not look like a villain. He looks like a good guy, you know?
Well, I'm pretty sure.
Good guy.
Well, the thing is, they're not. I'm fairly certain, man. They're not coming from this as a straight villain. He's gonna be an understood villain. He's gonna be like sympathetic villain, which he has a good story. His story is like that, right? Like, because his family dies, and is taken from him, and that's kind of like how he starts to become like a judge of people, so to speak.
Yeah.
So I mean, I don't think they're gonna go straight, but I swear I hope this leads to Shazam, because The Rock is so concerned about like fighting Superman. Like, he talks about that all the time. He, like, when he posts about this movie, he always says the power hierarchy of the DC universe is going to change. Like, that's what he says constantly. And I'm like, dude, you're not Superman. Okay, I know you want to be Superman. And Black Adam is powerful, but he's never been as powerful as Superman.
No.
Like, he can stand his ground, but you know, Shazam is his equal. That's always been the thing, is Shazam is his equal. So I
don't even know if I would say he's his equal. I think he's stronger, much stronger. I think Shazam's much stronger than Black Adam.
Well, I do too. I just mean in the writing, so to speak, is like Shazam, like that is Shazam's villain is Black Adam. It's not really Superman's villain.
Yeah, I agree.
So,
I agree. I wonder, maybe that's what I'm missing. Maybe I'm missing the hair. Maybe that's what's like throwing me off, is that I've always seen Black Adam with hair. And so
really?
It's like, yeah.
I always thought Black Adam was bald or shaved.
Nah, man. He's got hair.
Yeah, I guess he does have hair, doesn't he?
Yeah, he has like that little black patch that's like comes to that V.
Yeah, I guess he does. I've seen different incarnations of him though, but I don't. Maybe The Rock can't grow hair anymore. He's been going bald. He's been going bald for years.
But I think I always thought like his baldness was a choice, not a like a forceful like he has to be bald kind of deal, you know?
Maybe, I don't know. I mean, I don't think he looks bad bald though. I mean, he has a very rounded head.
Or you mean like the Black Adam, or you mean The Rock?
The Black Adam, like he has a very rounded head. It looks like, so he could be bald and it wouldn't be like a problem. But I mean, everything else about the character looks really accurate. You know what I mean? Like his costume looks accurate. Like everything looks good. So I mean, I don't know. I'm just concerned that he's gonna. I have a similar concern to the Batman, where I'm a little bit worried that The Rock's gonna be a little over the top. You know what I mean? Like, because this is very much a Dwayne Johnson movie. This isn't like a DC movie in my mind. like it is going to be a DC movie because it's got all these Justice Society people, but like, you know who's running the show is Dwayne Johnson. So, but yeah, I'm excited for that. I'm probably most excited for that movie because I'm anxious to see what it's going to be like. And you know, it's got to end with him in the future, right? It's got to end with him hopefully connecting or seeing what's next. I don't think it would end with him in the past. But I don't know. We'll see.
You think we're going to get a Shazam reference?
Maybe. We might get one. I think they'll talk about a hero. I think we'll get like a flash forward, so to speak. Like I think they'll talk. I don't think they'll talk about Shazam, but I think they'll talk about like the same. You know, Shazam is the name of the wizard. Right, so I think that they'll probably talk about that wizard. That wizard may even be in the movie, and I think that they'll refer to Shazam as like the person, the chosen one that the wizard is looking for.
Mm-hmm.
So I think they'll refer to him that way, and it'll be like, yeah, he's talking about Shazam. You know, but I think Black Adam was the one who got the power first, is what it is. So, anyways. But I'm excited about Shazam 2. I think that'll be good. I think the movie I'm probably least excited for is Aquaman. But what's funny is I bet that's going to be a sleeper movie. I bet that movie will do good. Because the first one did good. A lot of people liked it. I think the second one will do good too. I'm waiting for your response.
We'll see. We'll see. Everything's tentative right now. Like the Batman movie isn't really. Again, I'm divorcing it from the DCEU, so
it's not really a part
the
of it.
Flash movie is gonna tell me if DC's back on the up and up. Like they started strong with Man of Steel, I thought. Then BVS was kind of a letdown for everybody involved. I thought it was better than most people think it is, but I understand why people didn't like it.
I agree. We agree on that. We both kind of came away from that movie feeling that way.
Yeah. And then they came back on top with Wonder Woman and Aquaman and Shazam. But then 1984 let me down a whole lot.
And then Birds of Prey.
And then Birds of Prey was bad. And then the first Suicide Squad wasn't as good as it could have been or it should have been. And then the Suicide Squad was okay, but it wasn't like amazing, It wasn't like it wasn't like I was about to say Birds of Prey. It wasn't like Wonder Woman or Shazam. It was just like it's better than the first one, but
it was that was a fun movie. Yeah, it was like fun to watch. It was kind of just like, but I would never say that it's like as good as Shazam or any of those other movies.
It's just been like very up and down for DC. So
and they kind of started off mediocre too, because Man of Steel has kind of gotten respect later. Yeah. But when it first came out, people were like, this isn't a good Superman movie. Yeah. But now people in hindsight have kind of looked at it and been like, well, this movie wasn't bad. Like it was actually pretty good. So it's.
I'm actually remembering my first reaction to that movie when I first saw it, and I remember hating it so much because he killed Zod. Like the first villain he comes in contact with, he's like just waiting to snap his neck. Like I don't.
Yeah.
That's not my Superman. But I do agree. Giving Zack Snyder a chance to explain the Superman has made the first movie look a lot better. It's really kind of polished the first movie off really well.
He kind of did the whole, what Spider-Man No Way Home did, right? Where they kind of were like, they ended with his origin, essentially. Yeah. That's kind of what he did that before Spider-Man No Way Home did that. Because, I mean, if you watch Zack Snyder's Justice League, you appreciate that first movie so much more because it's like, he literally had to like, learn and reinvent himself as Superman to figure out like what he stands for. Yep. And that was way more interesting of a story arc. So
in hindsight for sure. But my point is it's been a roller coaster that has not gained any and it's not like a Marvel roller coaster where it's kind of like you have a bump every now and then that kind of takes you down a little bit, like you got like your Captain Marvels every once in a while, or maybe your Eternals that kind of it's a little dip in the road, but they almost always rebound with a great movie coming up.
Yeah, definitely.
But DC just has their lows are so low that their highs just really cannot get that high.
Man, yeah, and what's crazy is like you think they'd learn from their mistakes. And they're just not. They're not learning at all. They're like, "This is how movies are made. This is how they're made." And everyone's like, "No, but they're bad movies. They're not good." And like, ew.
You don't understand. If we don't get involved, the movie's not going to be good. It's like, no, you don't understand. Your involvement is making the movie bad.
Well, it's funny because directors are actually seeking out superhero movies now because they like some of the characters and they want to make a story about the character, but the studio should be there to reinforce who the character is, but instead they're like, well, we did this test with we did a group of people, we had a bunch of kids look and they were like, we don't really like Batman in black, so like make sure you put him in a red outfit. And, we did this test group, and it's just, that's, like, I feel like that's what they're doing. Like, it's crazy.
Oh, yeah, no, yeah. I totally agree with that. It's a lot of, I was talking to my son last night, and he says that he thinks that these movies have been too dark. So the next movie, Shazam, I want you to make sure it's, like, super poppy, it's super light, it's super bright, it's super comedy. Even though, like, in several scenes, people get slaughtered, like, absolutely slaughtered in that movie. It's like, no, this is definitely a kid's movie. Are you sure?
So, I don't know about that. Yeah, it's crazy. Caden Love, shout out to him. He said, "No Way Home is crazy. How close it is catching up to Avatar on the charts." Yeah, man. Did you see that, Jonathan?
No,
It's,
I
like,
didn't even know that.
Yeah, it's like almost It's about to be number 1 of all time because people have been watching it like crazy. There was a reaction. Tom Holland. I don't know if you've seen it. It's a really funny video. Tom Holland gets asked that for his Uncharted, because they have the Uncharted movie that's coming out this month if it's not in theaters already, and Tom Holland's in that, and they asked him about like the success of the movie, and then Tom Holland was like, "Well, I don't think it's like made that much money," and then they were like, "Yeah, it has. Like this is how they were like, this is how much it's made," and like while he's listening, he's like what? Like that's crazy. Like he's like his mind is blown on screen during.
He
the
needs to
interview. It's
go
really
and
funny.
thank Tobey Maguire. Okay, this is Toby's success. Okay.
Quit making people bow at his altar, okay? He's not. Have you seen those memes where it's like Tobey Maguire's like, "I'm the first MCU movie now"?
Yeah. Someone actually pointed out that if they don't reboot X-Men, then that means X-Men now becomes the first Marvel movie.
Yeah, I did see that. Which I mean, that's not really true. You know what I mean? But like,
That's not how it works.
no, because like you don't even know if everything from that character is canon. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you don't know. So I mean, you're just kind of like, I think it is, but it is really funny because you can see those connections. Anyways, let's go ahead and move on. I'm sure we could talk about DC all day because we always want to try to solve the problems that the studio has created, but they don't care. They don't care about us.
They don't care. Yeah, no.
They don't care about us.
We're not the target demographic.
But just know that we care about you. So comment below, because we like to know what your guys' thoughts are. But we're gonna go ahead. This is the first time both of us have watched the Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness trailer. I started it and I was like 5 seconds in and I was like, what am I doing? I was like, we need to watch this on the show. The thing I hate about watching on the show though is that we have to talk because we'll get copyright striked if we if we
Gotta make that money.
Yeah, we're totally being, that's great. We're totally being monetized right now.
I really don't understand that. Like, I understand like why they want you to make sure that people don't do that, but like we're bringing views to a movie that maybe people wouldn't have seen if we hadn't reacted to it. You know?
I agree.
I don't understand why that's a rule in the first place. Like, we should be able to show the full trailer, not say anything, and then after the trailer's over, be like, "Hey, so that was an interesting trailer. What do you think about it?" And give our reaction to the trailer. Like, I don't understand why you wouldn't want that for your movie.
Yeah, I mean, hey, come on. I mean, so capitalism is the answer, is what you're saying.
Yeah.
Capitalism is the.
Unless your movie's bad. If your movie's bad, it deserves to get torn apart.
Jordan said he'd give us $1, so
hey,
thank you
appreciate
for
that, sir.
Yeah. Wait, do we have one of those set up yet?
No, we don't.
Whatever it's called. The thing behind the paywall or whatever. For some reason, I read this in a pirate voice. He was like, "I'll give you $1." I don't know why I read it that way, but
it's a little bit more Scottish than pirate, I think. Though.
"I'll give you $1."
Yeah, there you go.
There you go. Is that better? I had to get more gravel in there.
Yeah.
Scottish, I would have been like, "I'll give you $1." Oh, I got $1 for you. I sold me potatoes the other day. Okay. We're gonna go ahead and start. We're gonna start the trailer. So this is Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness. I've heard some crazy things about this trailer, so let's get started. Can you hear it?
Yeah.
Okay, great.
Don't cast that spell. It's too dangerous. Why? We tampered with the stability of space-time.
Wait, is this the right one?
There's a concept about which we know frighteningly little.
Hold on just a second, man. Let me make sure this is the right one.
This is a teaser.
Is this the teaser?
That's what it says.
Ah! Okay, let me go back. Sorry, guys. I thought I had... Oh, yep, it was the teaser. It said 1 month ago. Man,
we're running
all that
professional operation here, Eric.
all that hype
together.
All that hype, and it was just like, Okay, I think I found one. Okay, I think I found it.
Is this the official video, or is this like another teaser?
No, this is the official trailer. So this is the first trailer. So not a teaser, not like glimpsing at it. It's the official one.
Let's put the Let's put the white power sign you're throwing up over there, sir.
Oh, my bad. Illuminati music.
Who? Someone used to do that for Oklahoma. Who used to do that? I forgot who it was. It was a black guy, I think.
Oklahoma. I don't know. It's Oklahoma.
Because like it's O and then a K, I guess.
Oh, I don't know. Maybe.
I
I thought it was just okay. That's usually the symbol for okay, is what it
Yeah.
is. But, anyways, all right. This is the official one. I'm playing it. Here we go.
Every night, I dream the same dream.
This looks so creepy.
Then,
Oh, snap! That was,
What a dream!
Yeah, I know, right? That
the
was intense.
nightmare begins.
Man, hold up. That watch was in What If? The broken watch.
Oh, really?
The broken watch, yeah. Because that's what makes him.
Oh, is that what he was wearing when he was?
He was thinking about her, and that's what made him decide to go back in time.
Oh, okay.
So I don't know if it's gonna be related, but that's a dope.
I did what I had to do.
Oh, maybe
Protect
What?
our world.
maybe this
You
is
cannot control everything, Strange.
What's that?
maybe this is the evil one, right? Like they give him the backstory on the evil one from the What
I
If
don't know,
show?
man. I heard this movie's gonna be really trippy, so we'll see.
Hey, let's go!
Way between universes. And we don't know who or what will walk through it.
Hey, she's back.
Wanda, what do you know about
Man,
the
her
multiverse?
He
costume is so
always had his
great.
theories. He believed it was dangerous.
God.
Oh snap! Mythical
Minotaur?
creatures?
He was
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Stephen.
Yeah, Chiweedle Local 4.
Your desecration of reality will not
What?
go unpunished.
They locking him up?
We should tell him the truth.
What?
Oh, snap!
Was that Professor X?
That sounded like
Professor X, man.
Things just got out of hand.
Oh man. What? That wasn't the Human Torch, was it?
Break the rules. Look out! To become a hero.
what if they break her
I do it. I become the enemy.
Oh, snap.
It doesn't seem fair.
Whoa.
Oh, snap.
That was crazy. Was that the end of it? Yeah, it was. Dang.
Oh, snap! Wow,
That was a good
that
trailer.
was a lot. That was a lot.
That was a crazy trailer. Yeah, there's a lot to break down in that. Oh man, I knocked something down. I'm so like hype right now. Man, that sounded like Professor X, man.
Right?
I'm pretty sure it was. I'm like 90% sure.
Patrick Stewart, right? It sounded like Patrick Stewart.
Mm-hmm. And he was sitting in a chair.
Oh boy.
Do you think okay, so here's the thing. Do you think they would actually bring in the X-Men this way? Or do you think it'll just be like, this is a closed off multiverse? Like, this is a closed off universe.
What do you mean? Like how Spider-Man's universe was kind of like Toby's universe was closed off and Andrew's universe was
more
closed
so,
off?
I mean like, well, yes, but what I mean is like, do you think that this will just be like a universe that we're visiting? So like the X-Men will come in, but in a different way.
Oh, okay.
It's not gonna
you
like,
mean like okay,
like,
yeah.
these
they're
aren't-
not
they're not the MCU's X-Men.
616. They're not the Earth 616 X-Men.
Yeah,
they're
yeah.
a different Earth. Okay. I hope not. But it looked like he was bought before a trial. So what I'm thinking is maybe that's the lead into the Illuminati. Yeah.
That's what I've heard a lot of people say. And there was a statue of Doctor Strange too, in one of those scenes. So I'm wondering if it would be like the which that would be awesome. I would love a real life Illuminati, but like that's the next best thing.
Can I just say I would love to see Chris Evans come back as Johnny Storm in this movie. I would love that. I would die if I saw Chris Evans as Johnny Storm. That would be amazing.
And he
Even
just
though I
like,
didn't like his Johnny Storm, I would love just to see them do
he
that.
just like snaps and fire comes out of his hands. He's like, hey, that would be so funny. I would love to see Reed Richards, the original
Yeah.
Ian
Yeah.
Gruffalo. Ian Gruffalo, he would be great.
Oh man, you didn't want to see the newer Fantastic Four's Reed Richards?
No, I don't want to see freaking what's his name, Michael Tenner or whatever his name is.
Yeah, they can retire all those people. Everyone who was a part of that cast can be retired. They don't need to work anymore.
The guy who played Doctor Doom in that came out recently and was talking about how he like felt he kind of in retrospect was like, wow, we really botched the characters. Like, I was like, yeah, you guys did a crappy job. That movie was horrible. Like, I can't imagine what press was like for that movie after you made it. Like, it's great. Yeah, this movie really does some unique things. And, that movie was so bad, man.
They're reimagining these characters. It's a darker and grittier tone.
I think I just thought of it. Fantastic. Remember that? At the end of the movie? He's like, what's the word? He said something like, yeah, Ben Grimm's like, that's fantastic. And he's like, what did you say? And he's like, fantastic. And he's like, I think I just thought of it. And it's like, wow, that's so stupid. Like, it's such a cheesy... Like, okay, this is... From now on, newspapers are what give superhero teams their names, okay? Stop making it like they thought of it because they're cheesy, all right? They're cheesy that way. The only logical way is that a newspaper would come up with the idea.
Yeah,
for
some
the
sort of news
Fantastic
program,
Four.
yeah.
Yeah, they're like, this is the Avengers. It's like, why are we the Avengers? Like, well, that's what they named us. So that's what.
Yeah,
like,
that's what we are. Yeah, are you?
That's the
avenging
most
something?
logical.
Like,
yeah.
No, not really. We're just kind of fighting bad guys. But...
I mean, we are protecting you.
Yeah.
So
it's
like, why not
Venom? What did he say? What do they call him?
The Lethal Protector.
Lethal Protector.
He's like, I told you that was a good name. Like, which that was his comic, right? Like Lethal Protector, Venom. Mm-hmm. That's so funny. Oh man, that was a good trailer. What did you think?
Yeah.
I definitely see the horror vibe that they're going for. And it's not.
I saw that too.
It's not like too intense, but it's like just enough. It's very. Sam Raimi will be perfect in that if he really gets to do what he wants. Yeah,
man. We just need him to do well in this movie so they can give him Spider-Man again. he can pick up that phone and make a call.
You think they'd give him Spider-Man for the next like 3 movies? Like if they did another trilogy, but it was like Sam Raimi MCU Spider-Man with Tom Holland?
Oh, with Tom Holland.
Yeah, because kind of the talk around the town is that the old director John Watts is possibly done with directing, so they might bring in a new director for the next like saga of Spider-Man.
Nah, I don't think they go back to Sam Raimi, and I honestly don't think he would want to go back to the character because I think he
likes what he
equates
did.
With that. Yes, I think he feels like his movies kind of stand by themselves, but I think he also equates the character with the cast that he had,
Mm-hmm.
like with obviously Toby and was it Emma Watson?
No,
it was
Mary Jane
Kristen Stewart. No, yeah, I was close, right?
No, you were.
Yes, I was close. Kirsten Dunst.
Kirsten Dunst.
Kirsten.
Yeah. Not
You're
Kristen.
saying weird. It's Kirsten.
It's Kirsten. Anyways, yeah, I mean, I could see them not going back, maybe. So we saw a lot of things in that trailer. We saw like I don't know if that was like a zombie Doctor Strange. I don't really know, but he did like the hand thing. Yeah, the hand thing, and they were all like decayed hands, and then he did. Wanda saw herself. Do you think Wanda's gonna be the villain? I keep wondering that if she's gonna be the villain.
I hope not. I thought Evil Strange was gonna be the villain.
Yeah, I kind of want him too, right? Like that would be cool to see that in real life. I don't know.
How long is this movie gonna be? That's my question.
Let's look it up. Let's find out. I don't know if
it's not more than 2.5 hours. I don't think this is gonna be good.
I'm sure it's gonna be that long. I guarantee it. They've been doing that lately. Let me see. I don't think they've released a runtime. Early cut runtime is currently 3 hours long, is what it says. That's the early run.
We need more 3-hour movies, man. I just want to kind of sit in the theaters. We need some 10-hour movies. Let's just sit in the theaters all day.
Whoa,
just book out a day. Like, hey, we're just gonna be here.
I will say this for me, not for everybody though. I know some people who do not like that. Like my brother's one of those people who he'll complain about the movie being long, and I'm like, I'm more like I'm there for the experience.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So like I'm fine with long movies as long as you have something that's entertaining me.
Yeah.
Sometimes, this could be because I'm like a cultured swine, an uncultured swine. But I remember I watched the Lord of the Rings extended edition one time.
Oh my gosh, there's an extended edition?
Yeah, man, they're like 4 hours a piece. And I watched it, and I had the hardest time sitting through it just because there's so much exposition. I mean, if you love the lore, you're probably going to love those movies. But I was a newcomer, so when I watched it, I like had the hardest time like watching it. I was just like, man, this is like a long movie, So I mean, like superhero movies, I like the lore a little bit more, so like that's why it's easy for me. But I think generally most people 2.5 hours, like that's almost becoming more common, not just in superhero movies and movies in general. Like,
yeah,
I would say most movies are 2 hours long. It's very surprising to find something under 2
90
hours.
minutes, yeah.
Yeah.
I think the reason why I said it needs to be like at least 2.5 is because you need time to explain who all these characters are that you're introducing. Because we saw like a range of characters, a range of different locations, a range of different problems. So
I'm surprised they're bringing back Baron Mordo. Chiwetel Okafor. I'm surprised they're bringing his character back in this movie because it doesn't seem connected to the first Doctor Strange very much. If I'm being honest, like it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It seems very separate.
Seems more like it's connected to Spider-Man's movie than it is to the Doctor Strange number one.
Yeah, and I'm kind of, these movies are really interesting because they're starting to become less formulaic in the sense of like, good guy fights bad guy. It's like no, like he's gonna go on this extraterrestrial trip of like mind-bending proportions, and it's I don't know, it's just crazy. It's crazy. But anyways, Jordan is calling me out in the comments because he's the one I watched. He's the one I watched that with. We never watched the other two.
It's the only way to watch that. Really, it's the only way, Jordan. Because I've been planning for so long to go and watch all the Lord of the Rings, but I haven't seen all of them. And the 3 hours was already daunting enough. And if you're telling me the only way is I have to sit through 4 hours, you might lose me. I think you might lose me on that one.
I just gotta say, I think the ultimate films are The Hobbit. I love The Hobbit, man. I actually watched all 3 of those. I've seen all 3 of The Hobbits.
Wow.
I've never seen the first Lord of the Rings. So, and The Hobbit was good. It's got Benedict Cumberbatch in it as a dragon. It's pretty cool. Big CG dragon. Just put something CG in front of me and I'm happy to sit down. So, no, I'm just kidding.
But anyway, what our train's going to be. It's going to be a ton of CGI. It's going to be all CGI.
Man,
they might as well make it an animated movie at that
point.
Man,
there's all different kinds of rumors out there. There's
I don't want to hear your rumors. Okay, you guys have already ruined Spider-Man: No Way Home for me. Could you just take a minute? Could you imagine walking to the theaters not knowing Toby and Andrew were going to be in this movie, and then seeing them on screen, not knowing they were ever going to be in the movie, not knowing that they were ever going to wear their mask again? Could you imagine
that would be amazing.
That feeling you would get? Oh,
I mean, I had pretty close to that feeling, to be honest, because I was
not close to that feeling.
I didn't buy into the rumors. I was just like, man, they could just be rumors, and I'm not gonna, you know what I mean?
No, but I mean, like, you didn't even hear like a mention of them possibly being in this movie. Like, you heard nothing. All you knew was like, maybe there would be some old villains coming back, but you had no idea that anyone even conceived of the idea of putting Toby back in his mask.
Yes, I agree. That would have been like,
oh my gosh,
boy, you love.
That may have been better than sex. Honestly, that may have been better than sex. The feeling that I'm getting right now of just thinking about that, like, oh my gosh, my
I need you to. Hey, this is a PG show, sir. Please calm yourself. I don't want to have to like take over. I apologize for anybody in the comments. Oh my gosh. He's just a man, okay? He's just a man. That's all he is, and he's not even good with the press.
I'm just saying. I don't want to hear your rumors anymore. Okay, that's all I'm saying. I don't want to hear your rumors anymore. I just want to go watch the movie and be surprised. Okay, I want to be surprised.
You mean they're not my rumors. They're just things that I've read. Like
I only hear them from you though. That's my problem. You're the only one who tells me about the rumors. Like, I stay off the internet, and then you'll call me and be like, "Hey, did you hear about this?" And I'm like, "No, I didn't." And then I look it up, and I'm like, "Oh snap! This is a thing that's actually gonna happen." I'm not blaming you. I'm just saying I don't want to hear your rumors anymore. Okay?
It's not. Why am I like this problem all of a sudden? Like I don't want to hear your rumors. Your rumors mean nothing to me. I don't understand. Anyways, I'm excited for the movie. I'm excited to see, because after No Way Home, it kind of feels like they could do anything. Yeah. If we're being honest, because they're probably willing to do anything to make more money. I'm a little concerned that, as I've heard other people, that this will be a cameo fest, and the movie actually won't be that great. Are you concerned about that at all?
Not just 3 hours, no. That's why I was upfront saying like we need this to be like a long movie, because I don't want it to just be like, oh, here's the Fantastic Four, and here's the X-Men, and here's the Phoenix Force, and here's Wanda, and here's a Vision, because obviously we need to figure out how it's a Vision as well, and here's Wanda's kids, and here's Pietro, and like all these different things thrown at us. I want it. That's why I want a long movie, because I want them to have time to actually develop all these. Even if it's a cameo for a character, I still want you to develop the reason why they're in the movie. Don't just like throw them in the movie because it's the Multiverse of Madness. But if there's anyone who's good with having multiple superheroes and things happening in a storyline, it's your boy Sam Raimi.
That's fair. I'm hoping we get a scene with Bruce Campbell. If you know who that is.
Who's Bruce Campbell?
Bruce Campbell is a close friend. How do I know this, but you don't, Mr. Sam Raimi, Tobey Maguire fan? Bruce Campbell is a very close friend of Sam Raimi's. He was in all 3 of the original Spider-Man movies. In the first one, he plays. In the first movie, he plays the announcer who's like, "That name sucks," and then he's like, "The Amazing Spider-Man."
Yeah.
And then in the second one, he plays the like bouncer at the theater where like Toby tries to go in, and he points at the signs, and he's like, "It's quiet." Like he's like, "It's like you can't go in." And then and then in the last one, in the third one, he plays the waiter who puts the ring in the champagne.
Oh, okay.
So he plays those. So a lot of people are like, because he did the movie Evil Dead with Sam Raimi. So they're really close friends, and so I'm hoping for a Bruce Campbell. He's also the guy who was in Leverage, or not Leverage, but the Burn Notice.
Yeah.
So I would like to see him in that movie. I think that'd be like a fun little shout out. It's something small. If he's not in it, it's not gonna like hurt me or anything. That would just be like a really funny nod. Do you think we'll see more of Toby?
Going forward?
Yeah. I mean, I've thought about that, because I'm like, it's Sam Raimi's movie. Like, so I just in this movie, do you think we'll get a cameo?
No. No. I do not. I think I honestly do think Toby only came back for the fans, and I think he's like officially like, I'm done with this. I'm done with the character. I'm done with trying to be Spider-Man. Really, you think so? I really honestly do. That's why I was honestly surprised that he was even in it, because like
I was too.
It didn't seem like he was super. It didn't seem like, I'm not saying he doesn't care about the character, but I'm just saying it didn't seem like he was as like, I want to come back and be Spider-Man again, as like Andrew Garfield was, because Andrew Garfield was very public about wanting to be Spider-Man. So
yeah, that's true.
I think he's done with the superhero stuff. I think this was literally just for the fans to appease them. I think honestly we would have been upset if Andrew had been in the movie and Toby had not been in the movie.
I would have been sad. I mean, because
I would have been upset. I'd have been
honestly
rioting.
It would have been this. Theater. I would have felt the same way if Toby wasn't in it, or if Toby was in it and Andrew wasn't. It would have felt missing. You would have been wondering the whole time, like, why couldn't they get Andrew Garfield? That's what you'd be thinking.
Yeah.
So, I think they did a great job with that. So let me ask you this, because obviously, Multiverse of Madness, you automatically think there's going to be more cameos. Like that's just what your brain goes to, because you saw No Way Home and you're like, well, this movie's probably going to be crazier.
Yeah.
Give me like, what are 5 cameos that you think could potentially be in the movie that you actually think could be in it?
I think Reed Richards, the original guy who played Reed Richards, I think he's probably one of the ones I think is probably the larger, other than Patrick Stewart, obviously. But Reed Richards, I don't know if Ian would come back to be Magneto, so I don't think he'd probably be in it. But
Well, to be honest, if you think about it, they're all British actors who probably know each other too. Like Ian Gruffalo he's British. Patrick Stewart is, Ian McKellen is, and Benedict Cumberbatch is.
So you think they just hang out all
no,
hang
just
out at the same pub?
no, I'm just saying like
Ian, what's up?
I'm just saying they probably know each other since they're all from England. Like they more than likely they do, and I'm pretty sure some of them have done movies together. So I mean, they probably do know each other to an extent. But anyways, what were your other ones?
Maybe Phoenix. So
you're going straight
original
X-Men.
Yeah, I'm thinking. Just like I want to say that because there's more to pull from than other films. And I don't know how many people actually like the Fantastic Four stuff, so I don't think they would go back to them. I mean, Michael B. Jordan's always up for a role in anything, so they might bring him back just to be like a cameo. But I don't think no one would like it, so I don't think he would want to do it because no one would like it. You know.
What about other Marvel cameos though? Like it may not.
Oh,
necessarily
you mean like not from old movies? Okay, I thought you were talking about like
just in general, cameos. Like
yeah. I think Spider-Man might be in the movie just because that was what the first one was based off of. And Shang-Chi. I think Shang-Chi might be in the movie.
Really? You think he will?
Yeah, because at the end of his movie, they were talking about the thing, right? The rings with Wong.
Yeah. Oh yeah, with Wong. So maybe you think that has an effect on what's going to go on in that movie?
Maybe, even if it's just a short blurb, like something about him meeting him or him helping or whatever.
I actually think we could see I think we'll see alternate versions of characters that we have. Like I think we'll get an Iron Man or a Captain America, but it'll be somebody else playing him.
Really?
Yeah, I could see that. Like maybe another famous actor. Cause before, like I know they said Tom Cruise was originally someone who was going to be casted as Iron Man, and that's like the fans have really gotten behind that. And then also there's like John Krasinski was apparently going to be Captain America. Like he was in the running to be Captain America at one time. So like I could just see same thing with like we might see Tom Hiddleston as Thor, like because he auditioned as Thor. So like I could see them switching it up, being like, well, this is what could have been, in the thing. But I think you're right about
Mary Terrence Howard comes back.
That would be he will never come back. He'd be like, you guys didn't pay me enough money for this cameo. Like how come
Iron Man? I should have been Iron Man.
How come Robert Downey Jr. is getting paid more than me? It's like because he's got top billing. It's his movie. Like that was his whole reason for leaving. Was he was angry that and it was like, Anyways, I think we definitely see the Illuminati. Or a version.
Well, who do you think is a part of the Illuminati?
I think it's going to be classic. We may not. So like, okay, if you watch the movie, they may not say who the characters are.
Yeah.
But I think if you know the Illuminati, you'll know who the characters are. So I think it'll be a version of Iron Man, a version of Mr. Fantastic, a version of Professor X, and then I think I could definitely see, Doctor Strange and then Black Panther. I think you could see versions of them. Now, I don't know who the actors would be. I'm assuming I'm gonna take a pretty safe bet and say that Professor X is in the movie because that sounded exactly like him, and we saw a bald head. So I mean that's obviously
Chrome Dome. Yeah, it's a dead giveaway.
That's a dead giveaway. I mean it was the same thing. They did that for they did that in one of the Spider-Man No Way Home trailers, right? Where you were like, who is that person? And it was like obviously the person you thought it was. I don't remember who they did that for. I think maybe they did that for one of the villains and they didn't reveal it. Oh, they did that for Green Goblin, right?
Yeah.
So they did that for Green Goblin in one of the trailers where they just showed his pumpkin bomb, but they didn't show him flying around. So like you knew he was coming, but they tried to make it ominous. So I think they're doing the same thing here. I don't know. I do think we get a cameo from another movie. Like I think maybe like a Mr. Fantastic or something like that. But I'd also like to see different worlds. Like I'd like to see different outcomes, kind of like we did in What If. But I don't want them to all be exactly like What If. I want to see like different.
Yeah. So you don't want to
things.
see Captain Peggy Carter again?
No, I don't. But she's gonna be in it.
She is?
On the poster, they show her shield.
Oh man.
So there's rumors that Deadpool's in it.
Ooh, I would love to see that.
Because there's like a piece of. So have you seen the poster?
No, I have not seen the poster.
I'm gonna pull the poster up real fast. It's a pretty dope poster too. It's one that I would actually buy if I was being honest. Let me see here. Why do all these fan posters have to pop up? That's so stupid.
Official movie poster.
Here we go.
You think we're ever going to get Old Man Rogers? I'm kind of upset if we don't get Old Man Rogers.
I kind of want him back. Yeah, is that what you're saying?
Yeah, Chris Evans, such a talent. But I would love to see him like put on the suit, but just be like the keyboard guy, you know, like coordinating attacks and stuff like that.
Yeah, yeah. I think that'd be dope. I would like to see an Old Man Rogers. He was in the comics, wasn't he?
Yeah, yeah.
Let me see here. Man, this is so stupid.
You okay?
Yeah, I hate when I search official poster for Doctor Strange 2 and then like it's all these fan made posters. It's like that's not what I'm searching for. Okay. Let me see. Oh, here we go. Let's see. Sorry guys, I just want everybody to see this trailer because it's honestly pretty dope. Here we go. I'll just go to IMDb here. Thank you. Okay, I'm gonna share it. Here I go.
You think the animated universe is different from the like the What If animated is different from the gonna be different from the movie, or you think it's gonna be like exactly the exact same?
I think. So say that again real fast.
You know what I just thought about? Do you think the Watcher is gonna be in this movie?
I think you will. That's a good point. I would like to see the Watcher.
Ooh.
Honestly, that would be pretty cool. If I do say so myself. Here we go. There we go. Let's blow it up. Okay.
Oh gosh.
Here, I'll make it smaller. My bad. Ooh. Oh. What just happened? Okay. Sorry, guys. I don't think I can pull the trailer up or the poster up properly. But anyways, it's not pulling up for me. But anyways, it's kind of like it's got a shattered. It's like a shattered mirror or something that like broke. It's like the mirror dimension broke essentially, and it has on each piece of the mirror it has like different things and Easter eggs that show you what could be in the movie.
Okay, yeah, I'm looking at it.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Is this what I'm looking for? Yeah, that is what I'm looking for, but that's not like the. But there's all different kinds of stuff that you can kind of infer from the poster.
Where's Deadpool at? I don't see him.
So You want me to just like point out for you? Is that what you're wanting?
Well, I don't
There's
see
a
him, so-
piece that people have kind of made out. Okay, I mean I can. I just didn't think you wanted me to. Oh, that's a much better picture. What? Oh, there?
Huh?
You were breaking up a little bit.
Oh, is that
There
me?
for
I'm
a
breaking
second.
up.
I think I finally got a better picture here. Yeah, you're breaking up a little bit. Trouble hearing you. Sorry guys, we've been having technical difficulties like all day today. It's kind of crazy. But thank you all for sticking with us. Boom. Come on. My computer's running slow all of a sudden too because I can't see you because my tab is like stuck. But anyways, there's a piece of glass that people are saying looks like it's kind of hard to see.
Oh, of course.
But, there we go.
Of course, it's hard to see.
Of course, it's hard to see, right? That's funny. Here, let me see if I can show it if my computer doesn't keep glitching.
You're doing too much, man. Running her into the ground.
I know. It's like, no. My computer's like, it's too small. Can you see it?
Mm-hmm.
Can you see it? Are you there?
Yeah.
There you are. Okay. So this is the poster. And there's different like pieces and fragments that have been broken off. And if you look at these fragments, you can see different things that may or may not be a part of the movie. Is the picture so annoying? I don't know if it's worth it, man. It keeps freezing. Anyways, if you look at the trailer, if you look at the poster yourself, I know it keeps freezing. I think my computer maybe just can't handle the resolution or something. But it's not a problem. It's fine. But basically, if you look at the poster, which I know you said you did, or if you pull it up on it's easiest to see on your phone because you can just like zoom in.
Yeah.
But if you look on there, what you'll see like Peggy Carter's shield, and then there was one thing that kind of looked like Deadpool, and people are thinking that he might be in it. But I would like it if Ryan Reynolds was in it. I think that would be really, really funny. I don't think he will be though, to be honest. Let me see. But I'm kind of wondering what Deadpool 3 is gonna be about, to be honest. Let me see here.
Oh, you think
Okay.
they have any sort of
Agatha Harkness, maybe.
Yeah.
I'm not really interested in her.
She in the show, bro.
I know. Are you excited for the show? No, you're not. See, I knew it. I knew you were. So this is the piece that people think is Deadpool. Okay. So it says that you can kind of make out some like eyes and like right here. And then you can see some black behind the eyes. And then it looks like a nose right here.
Gotta kind of turn sideways, blink twice.
Yeah, basically. It's abstract. So I don't think he'll be in it, to be honest. I think this is a very big stretch, but it does kind of look like Deadpool. So I mean, it might be, but like that would be That would be insane to think that he's in the movie. To be honest, I don't think he is. But maybe at the end credits or something, that would be cool. But I will say that trailer was really good. I'm kind of excited, and it's more horror than I thought it would be. I was a little when I heard when I kind of saw that they were doing multiverse, and then I saw what No Way Home was like. I was like, I don't know how this like this creepy vibe is supposed to fit in, to be honest. But that makes me think that it'll be good.
We'll see, man. We'll see. Do you think he regains his position as the Sorcerer Supreme?
No, I don't.
Dang.
I don't think he does. I know it does not suck because I kind of want him to be the Sorcerer Supreme, but I don't think he will. I don't think it'll work out. But besides that, we got any other movie news or any other Marvel stuff we want to talk about before we end the show today?
There was one other thing. What was it, man?
I can't think of anything. I mean,
you gonna watch Young Justice?
Yeah, I'll watch Young Justice. I don't know if anybody
up?
else on here watches Young Justice. We'll be talking about Peacemaker next week, and how much I hate that show. It's
and how he's so wrong. He's just wrong to hate the show. That's what we're gonna
waste
talk
of my
about.
time. That show is a waste of my time. But watching it for you guys. Watched it for you guys. Moon Knight. If you want to see our Moon Knight episode, we talked about that last week. So sorry. I got to do that to you though. But we did talk about Moon Knight next week. I'm excited for Moon Knight. I can't wait for that show. What's awesome too is I've been reading more and more reports of Kevin Feige and other people saying they did not hold back on the grittiness of the show, and the darker tones of the show, which makes me happy because
when is it coming out?
It comes out in March, I think. I think it does. I think it comes out next month. It's either March or May. I think it's March, though. Yeah, March 30th. March 30th. So, end of next month. It's pretty close. Yeah, I saw the new TV spot, too. I did see that. It was really similar to the trailer, though, from what I saw. So, and we also only watch one trailer on this show. So, that's what we do. Because you know how Marvel, I don't know if, for those people who follow Marvel for a while, they give away way too much. I mean, I think they've gotten a little bit better, but they give away like way too much in their trailers. So we've been watching the first like full trailer, and sometimes we'll watch a teaser. That's kind of like our rule of thumb. But I'm excited for Moon Knight. I think it's going to be good. I'm hoping it's going to be like Disney Plus's Daredevil. Oh, there is a piece of news. Netflix is removing all of the Marvel shows.
Really?
Yeah, they're removing all of them, and the rights are going completely back to Disney. And so the reports are Disney is trying to decide where to put those shows, if they want to put them on Disney Plus or if they want to put them on Hulu. What do you think?
Okay. Why not Disney Plus? I don't understand. Why would you not put them on Disney Plus? Like, everyone loves those shows.
Maturity.
Why not just bring the revenue to you?
I mean, I agree. I think they should be on Disney Plus. I mean, you would put Punisher on Disney Plus?
Ooh, yes.
On your family
Disney Plus
friendly
is trying
network?
to be like it's trying to be like Netflix, right?
No, it's trying to be the family friendly version of Netflix.
Well, why not just do what Netflix does and just do a kids version? Like if your kid you just make your kid their own account. And then certain material is just hidden from them. They can't even access it.
Hey, man, I completely agree, but Disney doesn't want to do that for some reason. I completely agree. I think they should have what Disney should have is like a lock. Like most, I think HBO has that because HBO has a lot of mature content. I'm pretty sure Netflix has Netflix Kids, which is like you can make them a kids profile and the kids can only access certain stuff. And I'm like, why doesn't Disney do that? Disney has some movies that are, probably not completely appropriate for kids. Like just you can move them over instead of pushing everything to Hulu. So I agree with you. I think you can just put them on Disney Plus and create that barrier for people. But I also understand they don't want to hurt their brand. That's what they're really concerned about. But the thing is, most people know what Disney is about. They're just about making money, and I love Disney, but I love Disney the brand, but Disney the organization, they don't really make a lot of great moves. And people know what company they owned. Miramax for a while, which like Miramax had like a lot of mature rated R movies, and so Disney put them out under that banner. They own Fox now, so they're releasing a lot of Fox movies that are not kid appropriate. So it's just like, just make Disney Plus, mature as well. It's fine. But they're deciding where to put it, so I'm excited to see how people react too, because those shows could have a second life.
Yeah.
What I mean? They could
go back and watch them again. Yeah.
They could definitely blow up. That's kind of what's been happening. It's happened to The Office. It's happened to Seinfeld. It's happened to a lot of shows that people are like, man, this show's like really good. I didn't realize it. It happened to movies too. So like it could happen to these shows, and I kind of expect that. But my expectation is they put them on Disney Plus. I don't know about Punisher though. Punisher's kind of a thing in its own,
Darker universe.
Yeah, I mean, it's Punisher. Daredevil's dark, but it's nowhere near as dark as Punisher. Punisher is like really gruesome. So, but yeah, they did that this week, and I think they're deciding. I don't know when they officially come off of Netflix. I think I saw the news this week. It looks like they're coming off. Let me see. March 1st. All 6 shows will stop streaming on Netflix March 1st. So that's when they're going to be leaving. And then and that's going to be Daredevil, Iron Fist, Jessica Jones, Luke Cage, The Punisher, and Defenders. Dang. So my guess is, I mean, they're obviously going to go to either Hulu or they're going to go to Disney Plus. But I mean, honestly, I think honestly they should just put them on Disney Plus, and Disney Plus is going to need to have a kids filter. That's the smartest update. That's the smartest thing to do, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Kind of like what you're saying, but anyways, I think that's pretty much all of our news though. So you ready to wrap it up?
Yes, sir.
All right, everybody. Well, thank you so much for watching our show today. We had lots of people watching throughout the entire stream, so we appreciate it. It was really fun. And we are thinking about changing our days up. Instead of doing Tuesdays, maybe we'll do a different day or a different time. But we'll let you guys know that before the next stream. So if that changes before the next stream, we'll let you know. You may be having a stream on Saturday, so if you guys want to watch then, you can tune in. And like we say, you can always listen to us in the background. You don't have to like watch the entire time. And then you can always check out our videos over on YouTube, Twitch, and we have them on Facebook Live also. So you can also follow us on all social media platforms, all major ones anyways. So Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, at JustVisitingWJE. That's the best way to find us. So anyways, but besides that, Jonathan, anything else you want to say?
Titan sucks.
Dang. All right. I'm going to catch up eventually. I tried to get my wife to watch that show the other day, and she was like, we have so many shows to watch. And I'm like, I'm just going to start watching these without you. You're taking away
Apparently season 4 is coming out this year.
Yeah, they're making a season 4, and you're going to watch it. You're going to watch it, Jonathan.
I'm going to tear it apart because it's going to be bad.
Watch it actually be like the best season ever. That would be really funny.
They need to bring Harley Quinn back. Like, this is insane that we've been waiting this long for Harley Quinn season 3. That's such a great show.
It's coming this year.
Yeah, man.
Yep, you just gotta wait. You'll be all right. You'll be all right.
Are you gonna watch? Are you gonna watch DC Super Pets when it comes out?
Yeah, of course I am. John Krasinski's in it. The Rock's in it. Kevin Hart's in it. Yeah, I'm gonna watch that show. I'm gonna be in the front row with all the kids.
Dang, man, you almost convinced me.
John Krasinski plays Superman. Why wouldn't I watch that show? That's awesome. And The Rock plays. I think he plays Bat Hound? No, he plays Crypto. And then Kevin Hart plays Bat Hound. So, anyways. Well, guys, we're going to go ahead and sign off. But let us know what you guys thought of the show. Let us know what shows you're going to be watching, what movies you're excited for this week. And anyways, we will see you next week when we'll be just visiting. So love you guys. Take care. Bye-bye.